Welcome, Synth Geekery, episode 349, I think, if my memory serves me right. How is everyone going? It's a Saturday. It's fantastically cold here. Got the the very rare occasion that I've got my knitty jumper jacket on. There's no streaming live on any other platform again this week because Streamlabs software still is broken. I've sent a tech support message out to them during the week and they couldn't solve it, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, how's everyone? You guys going good? It's just YouTube.
All good here.
Yeah, good.
Hi guys.
Good mate.
Hi chatties.
Possibly in sync too.
I don't think anyone really cares about those other platforms anyway, so I don't think it really matters. The only thing is I'm paying money for it, so I'm either going to have to cancel.
Whoever heard of Trovo anyway? So
yeah, what the hell? Well, I had Kick going for a while there, but then it got too tricky to set. Every time I'd set it up, it would fail, and then you'd reset it up, it would work, but then the next week would come around, it would fail again, and I just thought, stuff.
I wouldn't support Kick. It's a MAGA platform anyway, so.
Here we go. Getting politics in already. It's only 3 minutes into the show.
Get him in early.
Just being honest, it's full of gamblers and assholes, so it's really
commiserations to Australia for losing against Egypt, but I was quite happy to see Mo Salah kick a penalty goal against us because he's actually pretty brilliant. It's kind of mixed emotions there, but yeah, Australia did pretty bad. I don't know why they changed the goal. Stupid. Anyway, decisions. It is a synth show. We aren't going to talk about soccer. What we are going to talk about is this week we've got some weird product that's come out of China, and we're going to look at it in the news section. And I've put a little bit of a clickbaity sort of thumbnail on the YouTube channel. So it's not really clickbait because it's actually true. It'd be an interesting discussion. I'll see what you guys have to say about it. There is another Arkeiko module. He's done a really interesting film clip for this. So if you haven't seen it, you're going to see it on here, and I'll probably get in trouble for showing it. But I don't care. It's showing his product, and he shouldn't be getting me into trouble for it. He should be happy that we're showing some love. How's everyone going? Darren, Andy, Ian?
Good.
Chris?
All good.
Not bad. Yeah, pretty good week.
Great.
Good.
Yeah.
Don't forget, next week we don't have a show. I'm going to be away. I'll try and see if I can get someone to host a show for me, but it's not like I've got a massive list of people that I can contact. Mr. Pencil Case, Mr. Eraser.
Pencil Case.
Mr. Paperclip.
Mr. Clippy. Yeah.
Oh,
wait till you see the memes this week. It's a good one. It's good. We've got a pretty cool synth quiz lined up. Hopefully you guys will work this one out. Some cryptic clues in that. And we're going to start off with how's your week been? And you know what? We're going to start off with Andy. Andy.
Oh.
How's your week been?
Wait a second. I had to unplug my AC because then it buzzes when I have it plugged in. My battery's low on the laptop. Happy to be here, everybody. Good times. And by the way, I forgot. Last week was Sunglass Day. so I had to bring some sunglasses. Somebody left this in my car.
Sure, Corey.
Probably from the Castro.
yeah.
So it's very, very, very dynamic, kind of crazy sunglasses from a gay man in the Castro, I'm sure. So
They suit you, mate.
Corey Hart. That's what his name is.
Oh, nice.
yeah, I had to put that on there. So
Totally you.
because I forgot it last week. But yeah, otherwise just usual stuff. It's happy 4th of July, 250 years of bullshit, and yeah, even
Oh,
more
yeah, you
bullshit now
guys-
than ever.
You guys have got happy. You've got 4th of July. Yeah, I didn't realize that.
That's right, today. Yeah. So I won't go into details with why it's not so good lately, but you guys know. But
Oh,
Got
be
the
happy.
best
Just-
country in the world ever
just watch
created on
the-
the face of the earth ever.
watch the party at the National Mall right now with the bullshit stuff that's not working correctly. It's all partisan. It's not supposed to be the way it was supposed to be. It's supposed to be a nice coming together, non-political, of different states and their foods and their music and stuff, and it became a giant Trump rally with hardly anyone showing up. So,
You've got
It's
a
very funny,
reflective
actually.
pool.
Go watch-
Who hasn't got one of them?
well, not even that. I'm just talking about the event, the actual celebrating the states with the tents and the AC isn't working. The power keeps cutting
Andy,
off. the food is
you got to
spoiling.
watch Frozen from Disney and learn to let it go. Learn to let it go, mate.
Yeah. There it goes.
Oh, I'm not. I'm enjoying it. I'm laughing my ass off. I'm not bitter about it. It is what it is. But go watch the train wreck. It's very funny. And anyway, that's about it. Just no music lately. I've been too busy. And happy 4th. And if you do fireworks, don't blow your hand off.
Yay.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
All right.
Good advice.
Darren's turn.
Hey.
Good day. Yep, it's been a lot cooler. I always give a weather report, don't we? It's been
Yeah.
a lot cooler. I've done a little bit of work in the studio, and I've mainly done bits to my live rig, which I am putting little pictures up on my Facebook page. So there'll be a few more to come. Actually, I forgot to put some out. But other than that, I've been working. So yeah, so I was pretty short and sweet, really. Decent temperature, bit of music, bit of live case. Back to the show.
Wow. Gosh. You've done
Efficiency.
marketing. Yeah.
Good day. Good day, good afternoon, good evening, good night. I've got news. I have got news. On Tuesday, my granddaughter was born. The very
Yay.
smashing,
I
lovely
haven't
little
got my
girl called
thing plugged in.
Olive Rose. So I
That's
get
a
to I
great
get to
name.
meet her next. Yeah, it is, isn't it? I get to meet her next week, so I'm going to go over and see her. Apart from that, photos we've been getting from Matt and Belle have been brilliant, so that's lovely. I joined a covers band, not the Spiders from Mars band. I didn't join them. The deal here it was that they have to collect me because I can't. I'm unreliable with the car. I haven't got a car all the time, so they've agreed to carry me around to rehearsals and gigs. I don't join them till September, but I've got 30 songs to learn, and I'm a bit rusty because I've not properly. Last time I properly played in a band, apart from doing like the odd EMOM gig and stuff like that, was 2019. So that's 7 years. Yeah, so
Is public transport hard where you are? Are you too far away from stuff? Public transport's too hard where you are? Is it?
Well, it's the problem from. I mean, I said to him, I was just completely honest. I said, look, most of the time I don't have access to a car because Jane's got it and she's seeing her dad every other week. So it was better to say that I didn't, because most of the time I haven't got a car. She's down in Exeter today. So I said, look, have you got anybody? I thought they were local. They're actually all over the southwest. So, but the nearest guy is about 6 miles away in road. So I think he's going to come and pick me up. We've got a full day's rehearsal in early September. I mean, for me to get up to be at a rehearsal for 10 o'clock in the morning is absolutely unheard of. Anyway, 10 till 4. Yeah, so that's a bit hardcore. They're good musicians. I've seen them online. It is what it is. It's a covers band, so we're doing Radiohead. There's a Depeche Mode song in there. Not a lot of synth stuff, but a couple of songs which are terrible. But I'm sure I can persuade them not to do that. It'll be fun. They seem like I mean, I've not met them. I won't meet them till September. But anyway, they seem all right. What else have I been doing? I've been planning our Edinburgh Fringe visit because obviously it's getting closer and closer. We've scheduled, although we won't get to see all of them, 80 shows in 14 days, which is far too many. But what will happen is that some of those reviews, they won't want us to review them. So, it will get down. We did 60 plus last year, so we want to do less than that. Finished the press kit for the Wave Prophets, so that's all done. Album will be out on the 17th. And Froome Festival started yesterday. So we went to a play last night. There's something almost every day. We were meant to go to a gig tonight, but it's been cancelled last minute, which is a bit of a shame. So the play that we went to last night was something called The Maids, which neither Jane nor I had seen. And the actors were really good. But by God, that's 2 hours that I'm never going to get back. The play itself was just appalling. I mean, it was really wordy. The actors did a great job, really, but it was just a mess of a play, really. And the room was stiflingly hot. It was supposed to finish after an hour and a half. It went on for another half hour. And something else had happened. We go, oh God, I wish this play had finished. I wish it had finished. And then something else had happened. It went on and on and on. Anyway, that's Froome Festival for you. I think I'm going to go down the tunnels of Froome on Tuesday morning. Gig tomorrow night, comedy gig. And I'm doing a workshop on songwriting later on next week sometime. So there's all sorts of stuff going on. It's on for a couple of weeks. It'll be quite fun, really. That's my week.
Fantastic.
Hello, everyone. I was expecting that. First of all, I must say I really like the latest revamp of the intro song, Rant. So that's good.
Okay.
I like all the vocoding
Thank
and
you.
stuff like that. It's cool. I was going to say something last week, but we were having technical issues, so I forgot. Yes. Been catching up this week on a few unpleasant chores that I've been putting off for months. So sort of the second week of getting rid of those unpleasant chores. But I have found the time to 3D print a few things. Yes, we're going to have pictures again. This is a nozzle for my fume extraction system with an integrated LED light. It sits on the end like that. And yes, I'm calling it the bazooka fume extractor because it's completely oversized and it looks like a bazooka because I've just got weird ideas like that. Yes. And nice little 1/4-inch mount camera. I've been printing fan grills and fan holders and things that sit on the back. And in the background there's the other thing I've been playing with, which is, of course, the mini log in the back, which is mostly what I've been doing this last day or two, just playing around, writing patches for the old fella. You've got to start with the brass patch. Always have to start with the brass patch. Every synth I buy, I start with the brass patch. So, yeah, skill continuing. I got the firmware updated today. I had massive confusion with the MIDI drivers for Korg because they've changed. Apparently, Windows has caught up with MIDI 1.0 and 2.0, and now you don't need the Korg MIDI driver anymore. And what they do is that they still have the Korg MIDI driver in the download list for everything that belongs with that synth. And then inside the installation for that MIDI driver, they say, don't install this MIDI driver. Which is pretty confusing. So I thought, like it, do you mean is an old version and this is the new version? I go, no, I went through the whole process and they said, no, you're not meant to install it. Then why is it still at the download page? It took me a while to work it out.
What are you supposed to do? Install a Nuba driver?
Yeah. So I basically did exactly what they said not to do. And it took me a little while to unravel that. But they know that because they've got instructions on how to unravel that mistake. So I think they patched the patch on the patch. So good work, Korg. Anyway, it's working now. Got my firmware's updated, and I'm just going to need to load up the librarian now. and we can get started on doing some patching. Apart from that, still, I've had a bit of a frustrating week on the Skylark Tiny Blocks sequencing front. Just haven't been able to really formulate a coherent plan until a day or two ago, and then finally I'm back on track again. But you just have those weeks where your brain just doesn't quite work, and it's just telling you that it doesn't want to deal with that particular problem this week. So you move on to other things. That's what you're supposed to do. And when you come back, you should be refreshed. That's the theory. Anyway, it did seem to work this time, so I'm a bit happier now. Anyway, onwards and upwards.
Wow, look at that. The whole thing spun around and we're back here. Did anyone get like a bit of whiplash then?
Well, I think poor old Daren got thrown out of the room.
Daren left the window. Yes, indeed. Let's do something like say hello to the chatties. Hey, chatties. Nice of you guys to be here. Oh, there it is. Took a little while for it to pop in. Hello. I think someone was first. Who was it? Steve Smith was first. Well done, mate. And then I think Bicky came in. Big hello to them. James is there next. Big hello to you. Wags is there. Big hi. Paul Holmes, big hello. Dead Man Walkings. Not just a walking, there's a plural there. Evening, folks, he says. Big evening to you, mate. JP Page 2 says hi all, and hi all straight back at you, mate. Matt Brown, hi everyone. Zastruga, hi all. Hi to you guys. What else we got? Scrolling. We've got Sean, Big Sean saying hello, synth friends. Nice of you to say that to everyone. And I feel like I'm going to cough, but it's not coming. It's just breathing heavy. Bad jokes. Anyway, I think it's scrolled off the page. If I missed anyone, 3 is synth at the screen in disgust. Yep. Just do it quietly. Right. We're going to do some funny stuff. Here we go. Indeed. Well, I probably should get the bot going. One thing I can't do with the bot is I can't launch it before the stream starts. So
come on, Dennis, wake up, man.
I know, it's kind of annoying. I've got to launch the software after the stream starts. It's kind of a little bug with the software. I don't like it. Anyway, just wait for that to go. Anyway, this meme doesn't have a caption, but the caption actually is name this band. Have a think about that. Let us know in chat what you think the band is. It was on Synth Memes in the Facebook group if you didn't see it. I had a go at it, but no one actually laughed at mine, so I'm not going to repeat it.
Masters, Apprentices.
Something to do with horse. There is a band called Horses, actually, but there's only one horse, so.
All right, well, I'll tell you what mine was. Mine was Electronic Light Orchestra.
Orchestra. Nay, I disagree.
No.
There's a big pretty bad, wasn't it?
I'd say Equus Electrica or something like that.
What do we got in chat? We got Wild Stallions from Wags. Steve Smith saying, "Why the long face?" But horse walked into a bar and goes, "Ouch!" because it was an iron bar.
Exactly.
Right. We will move on. There's not many people having to go at that. Next is imagine they delete the sync button and then boom, you're not a DJ anymore.
Somebody wants to get beaten up.
These are good memes, these are.
That's very good, yes.
Right up my alley.
Oh, you're a DJ, you're just a big mess, that's all. So.
Yes.
Order here. I love the contemplating look on the guy's face in the photo. It's kind of
it's very good, isn't it?
It's very good.
Well, he's facing away from the machine because he's given up staring at it. He says, "I really need to think about this. I'm going to sit down." That's how big the choice is.
Do they all come with fries? That's what I want to know.
He's defeated by the choices.
Well, McDonald's isn't actually bringing food, so it explains a lot.
Yeah.
Next, we have this. This was from Daren, the Intergalactic Federation. Good meme, this. Here's a useful product information tutorial video, which is also the only way that you can get people to listen to your music.
Kind of got a point there.
Kind of a bit like my stream.
Oh, no. Yeah. I was going to say, now you know my secret reason for doing makeshift modular.
Oh, that is so good. Now, let me get this poll happening. Because I haven't typed it in yet. You guys are going to have to wait for me to type it. Oh, dear me. Because I can't start the stupid software.
We've got time. Yes, all right. We've got all the time in the world.
Of the week. There we go. Option 1.
You guys remember where that old man meme thing
0.
came from? Is that a famous guy or something?
No, not to me. I don't know him.
I reckon
There's one black guy who does the shrug thing, right? That's a famous one.
Yeah, and you mean that guy?
Yeah, he kind of looks at stuff and does a 2-panel thing. Yeah.
Now, guys, when you see this poll and it says Macca's, that's the McDonald's. We call it Macca's in Australia.
Macca's. Going down to Macca's.
Well, in Japan, they call it Macadonalds. So
get a Big Mac.
Everything's got like 400 more syllables in Japan when they do English, don't they?
Well, because they have to create it, right? It's all based on the phonetics they have. So
my name's got 400 syllables in it. All right, poll is up. Option 0 is name this band. Option 1 is not a DJ anymore. Option 2 is Macca's, aka McDonald's. Option 3 is My Music for You, which you can see right now on the screen. I should probably take it off. It's not fair for the other memes that one gets all of the limelight. Whoa, that's the wrong one. That's the right one. People are voting already.
Try again, Paul. It's not quite it, mate.
Just follow what everyone else is doing, Paul. You'll be okay.
You're among friends. There we go.
It's done it now.
Yeah.
Wow. The cynic is in everybody, isn't it? Hey? There's that magic number. That magic number 7.
Back in the day, I saw the Fun Loving Criminals, and their support act was a proper DJ doing proper vinyl mixing, beat mixing. He was amazing.
Cool.
Well, it's paused. No one else has voted. It's hit the magical 10 mark. I'm going to stop it because we have a clear winner anyway. No one else can actually beat it. There we go. Winner is not a DJ anymore. The cynic is in air, everybody. Good work. Well done. Fantastic. And on that note, we should do the synth quiz. Yes, hopefully you guys enjoyed the quiz this week. Let us know in the chat if you are enjoying the quiz. We kind of tweaked it over the year or so that we've been doing it for, and we've got a newish format now. This first clue is the DB25 port for Apple II. Wow. So it's probably not going to be a recent one. That would probably be a good hit there.
I feel like
if it is, they might need to get an update on their technology.
It sounds like a good bet, actually.
Could be a Russian synth. Oh, geez. I'm going to get a slap in a minute. Hang on. Actually, I'm probably going to get in trouble. Right. Shall we get on with the show? There's not much news, but there's going to be long discussions, I feel. Unfortunately. I have to admit, I haven't been watching the other shows for a little while, and it's only purely because I'm busy with family, and we're going overseas, and there's all sorts of reasons. But it's not an excuse; it's just the facts. All right. So if they showed this last Friday night on
last night
Pro Synth Network last night, whatever it is, I didn't watch it. And so anything that I say today may be a complete regurgitate of what they've said. It's completely coincidental because I haven't watched it. Anyway, the thumbnail that I created for the show was actually on purposely sort of clickbaity, because when you watch the video of this, you'll see that this is basically an FM6 operator synth, and it's pretty much there's a bit to unpack. Why don't we just watch the video, and we'll unpack it all. I love this world that we live in. Isn't it a great world? Here we go. Okay. Please get the bickies out so we can have some cheese with our bickies.
Yeah.
Wow. Anyone notice how many instruments weren't actually being played on the actual synth in that video?
Quite like the pink guitar. That's quite nice, actually.
Yeah, I think you make it better if it's a Hello Kitty guitar. You should have made a Hello Kitty guitar for this.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah.
The company is M-VAVE. I would love an Indian gentleman to pronounce that for me because I think that would be very fun. It'll just give me a little chuckle with the linguistics, that's all. Never heard of this company before, but if you go to their website, they've got an absolute stack of products there. So it's probably like what's the one that did that little SH-101 clone recently, that company? Donna. It's probably one of those sort of Donna Temu like companies that have just popping out.
It looks a bit Sonicware-y, doesn't it?
It does look a bit Sonicware. It's Chinese, I can tell you that much. It's got China written all over it. Hi to all the Chinese viewer. Sorry I can't speak Mandarin. There's a couple of people in chat that can, so do ask them to translate. Anyway, but DX7, guys.
Thank you for Daren, so there you go.
DX7. Do you reckon they've got the the firmware that's come out recently as we've been building our little Raspberry Pi projects and got that and gone, I can make a synth. Yeah.
Bit of open source.
What do you think? Yeah.
Hello, Bamboo Lab. No.
Yeah. Yeah. So what do you guys think? Is this crazy going to jump out and bite? You know, the price of this is less than $70.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Is that 70 Australian bucks or 70 American
70
bucks?
US, I think. It didn't say, which is fantastic. So you assume, because Australia is such a small country, you would assume that the dollar sign would be American.
Yeah, I think so.
Ooh,
do we need a DX7? No. I mean...
Well, this has got more knobs than a certain piece of software that Ranzee was talking about. So that's probably positive.
They've devved it, haven't they?
Yeah, exactly.
That's more knobs than a DX7.
Yeah.
It does, doesn't it? A good point, yeah. It's already 10 times more user-friendly than a DX7.
I knew this product would strike some interest.
Studio-wise, probably not. But if you're doing some like live gigging and type things, you know,
I don't think you'd want to play that little keyboard, though, would you? Really?
No, not using that.
I hate those little
keyboards.
keyboards.
Tucked away.
Don't you dare do a live gig without a pink guitar. You got to have a pink guitar with it. So.
There's a pink bar on it.
Yeah, Hello Kitty guitar with it. Yeah, for a free Hello Kitty guitar with everyone. Yeah,
or a Barbie guitar or something. You know, something
yeah.
Any specs, Rant? Or is that it? So it's completely.
Oh, the website had some rubbish on it. I can tell you.
Does it even? Is it a DFM with a filter or no filter? You know, the number one criticism of FM was that it didn't have a filter.
I'll read what it says. I'll try and get my my narrating voice. Here we go. It's a pocket
Enthusiasm.
FM synthesizer. The FM1 is a truly frequent modulating synthesizer in your pocket with 6 independent sine wave operators combined through 32 algorithms to recreate this iconic timbres of the FM era. Pianos, strings, brass, basses, and electronic synths. It comes loaded with 128 factory tones, a color TFT screen that draws the live algorithm together in structure and oscillator waveform, a 27-key silicon piano layout keyboard with octave, plus or minus all this weird characters here, over 8 octaves, monopoly, voicing up to 12 voice polyphony, 6 built-in effects with filter, reverb, delay, distortion, chorus, phaser, a 7-mode arpeggiator, 16-step sequencer, turning into a complete creation rig. Daren, throw all your crap out. Just get this. Triple MIDI, USB, Type-C, Bluetooth, BLE, MIDI, 3.5mm MIDI in. Wow, this is like someone's just gone and cut and paste specs without like turning it into sentences.
Read like an LED.
No style whatsoever. Yeah, just
2000 milliamp hour battery delivers around 12 hours with the built-in speaker, Daren, and lets you play and listen to anywhere.
Actually,
built the
with
speaker
all
this
these
big.
out,
You know, it's
It'll be a mobile.
speaker,
It's
Put
a
it
bit
in your
like one of
pocket.
those new Chinese cars. They've got the specs, but you drive it out the showroom, and then about 5 minutes later, all the paint starts falling off of it. That's it.
So it has a vibe of those Korg
MG,
controllers. Do
anyone?
you remember the drum and keyboard
Yeah.
controllers that Korg had a while back? Has that
Probably.
kind of vibe to it.
Probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Is it the size of a is it the size of those Roland? You know, the boot. You know, the sort of like
That, do you mean that,
Yeah, the size of
Darren? You
that.
mean that?
that's what I was thinking of. Yes.
I'm kind of
Or is
thinking.
it smaller than that?
I'm kind of thinking it is. It kind of looks the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Roland, have you been hacked recently? Has the PCs in the they've stolen the 3D sketches?
Cloning Ray.
Geez, what a surprise. The Chinese cloning something. Wow. Who would have thought?
So that's the main criticism here. It's a bit derivative.
Do we need it?
Yes. It's the old, we just need a cheaper version of something else. That's what we do.
If it was near Christmas, you could say it's a Christmas stocker to get some, you know, younger people to start.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, this company has a very similar start to what Behringer did.
Yeah, go.
Guitar
Good
pedals.
point. It all
And if you
starts
look
with
at
guitar pedals and see where it leads.
If you look at their guitar pedals, they're pretty cool looking, but they are all, you know, clones of the Roland and other well-known guitar pedals. So, and then they've sort of gotten more and more, what's the word? Confident with themselves in recent months and years, and built some more, you know, interesting products like this. So yeah, who wants to buy this? Guys in chat, do you want to buy this? Smithy wants to buy it. Does it come in pink? Well,
No, don't want that.
it comes in black, purple, Daren,
Ooh,
orange,
purple. I must see that.
black and green, a cool grey, and a white blue. So no pink, I'm afraid. But purple's close. I mean,
Close,
you could,
yeah.
you know, close on the rainbow, you know, close like a cousin of pink. Whoever
I'm
wanted it
afraid
in
the
pink-
knobs on the top right are kind of uninspired. It just says knob 1, knob 2, knob 3. They could pick something better for that.
Has anyone finished the manual? Oh, no. No, we're putting it out now. We're not finishing the manual. Okay, I'll leave the controls for knob 1, knob 2, knob 3.
It's a pretty nice looking website, though. They've done a good job. I like it. Very, very nice. Probably did it with AI. Anyway,
I think you can dial in the algorithm quickly, though. As an algorithm knob is cool. So
right. I'm glad you liked it, Andy.
well, FM's great. It's just
Yeah.
people shit on it, but actually it's very powerful. You just have to know how to use it.
Yep. You do.
It is.
But is there already FM? Is there? Do we need another one?
Well, and a mobile thing. I mean, I love the FM apps on the iPad. There's some amazing FM apps on iPad. But
So maybe someone's looked at the Volker FM and gone, we could make the Volker FM better.
Okay, the purple one.
This one's
is
too
pink.
big to insert somewhere, though. That's the problem. So.
What's that, Chris? The
The purple one is pink.
Well, it's kind of both, isn't it?
It's pink with a purple, but it's very flesh coloured.
Yeah, it's not nice. Yeah.
It's heading the same way the Volker is, I guess.
Maybe. Look, Daren he's running downstairs to find the credit card because Rave wants this in purple. Anyway, when I saw this, I thought about you guys. You've got to think like, I've got the love for you guys in this community. I really wanted to share this with you, and I thought, yep, you absolutely want to see this. Not.
Yeah.
It is really, really quiet in the news at the moment. I'm sorry.
It's
either this, Ian, or Eurorack. What do you want?
Well, fair enough. Yeah. As long as it hasn't got that horrible piano sound of the
It does.
7.
It does.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, and it's probably the first patch.
Yeah.
Come on, you've
think
got
it was
to have
on
that
the
piano sound,
Top
Ian.
6, actually. No, it's terrible. It's just terrible. It's cheesy, I believe. Hold on.
I
That's
think
what we need.
But it was everywhere at the time.
I
Everyone
think
used it.
Andy secretly wants to buy this because he wants to,
Hey, I'm not against something like this. I would use it. I mean, I don't know how often I would use it, but
Yes, it would.
There's a full live set of just cheesy piano with this.
I mean, you can't load amazing presets from DX7 on here. So.
Darren, just imagine like one day there's going to be a product that comes out and you're going to go, I'm going to have to put all that stuff that I've been like wiring and configuring with MIDI and USB for years. I'm going to put it all away and I'm just going to have this little box. And it does it all.
Yeah, we've almost got it, haven't we? The one button, remember?
Say.
We just needed a few adjustments to that, and
The one
it'd
button.
be one button and it just plays a tune each time. Different, just randomly plays tunes.
Surely that guy was taking the piss.
You know, there is that one famous preset that imitates the Synclavier Beat It sound. You know, on the DX7. It sounds just like it. Yeah, it's a really good copy of it.
Look at Wigoo's comment. Dearie me. I don't have the thing turned on to share it. All right, let's go on to the next before it gets even cheesier. That's about as cheesy as you can get this week, guys. Rush out and buy it. I don't know where you can buy it from, by the way. I clicked on where to buy, and it just takes you down to like a contact page on their website. It's one of those. It's like an AliExpress type store that's gone a little bit more polished. Anyway, well done, MVave. Sorry.
MVave, yeah, sounds right.
MVavi. I don't want to do the Indian pronunciation of that.
I see it's a bit, could be construed as a little bit racist.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ask them to say Wi-Fi. Next is this one. Yay, we've got a real product. Okay. Let's take everybody off little corner pictures and everything. Let's make this full screen. We are going to watch this video. It's worth it. Seriously, guys, this is good.
wasn't me, man.
There we go. How was that?
Wow.
Eh?
Now, that's a product
Better
demo.
than it's better than Toy Story 5, that.
Well,
How's that
twist
for a
my
product
nibble
launch?
and send me to Alaska.
That's
That's all I do.
I want
Now,
to buy
I
a toy of
can-
that crab robot thing.
I can tell you that this guy who is the owner of Akeko Modules, he actually made that video. He set up the actual scene that you can see. It's none of it's AI. It's all stop motion video. That's the thing that surprised a lot of people, because a lot of people would have thought, it's going to be AI. It's not.
Yeah.
He's there's a video on his channel. I'll see if I can bring it up for you guys.
Making
Making of the video, and
nice. I'll definitely watch that.
yeah. Now let me see if I can find it. Let him tell you. Let him tell you. Here we go.
It has Phil Tippett Mad God vibes. If you haven't seen Mad God, it's an
Hello,
amazing
everyone.
animated movie. So
All right, let's have a look at what he says here, and let him tell you instead of me. He does talk a little bit about the module in this too, but we're not going to watch the 17 minutes.
Today I want to talk to you about Stigma, but before I start showing you its functions, I wanted to mention something. What you see to my right is not just a backdrop made for this video, but it's the physical set used for the creation of the stop motion video of Stigma.
All, and the amount of effort that he's gone to market this product, I think it's very, very clever. And the Stigma is his new one. We've shown some Akeko stuff before, and I think every time I see his stuff, I'm like, I want to buy it, and I never do. And it's not any fault of his or anything like that. It's just purely to do with me and the lack of funds in my pocket. And it's not because his modules are expensive either. This is actually only 290 euros, this module. So we'll get that out of the way. What is it? What is it, guys? It's really cool looking for a start. I love the kind of circuitry with the like vacuum tubes up the top. I'm not sure what they are. Anyway,
they are tubes, but they aren't. They are vacuum tubes, but they're I can't remember what they said they are. But they're not like old tubes. They're these display tubes that we've seen a few other companies.
Yeah, like the
using as well.
Korg of using. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what does he say? So this, I had to translate this from Italian to English, so I don't know how well this is going to actually come through. It's a 22 HP module. Andy, I want to bring you in too, because sorry you had to leave just for that video, that's all.
I'm okay, thanks.
Yeah. He's saying it's not just a module, it's a destructive and versatile analog sound organism powered by a real vacuum tubes. There you go, it is real vacuum tubes according to him, and designed to disrupt your eurorack system. And it's got, he's saying, thanks to its flexible true stereo and dual mono architecture, the Stigma offers total control over signal routing, allowing you to process independent sources or shape stereo space with dense, harmonically rich valve saturation. So from a signal processor to a pure synthesizer, it's designed to brutally filter, manipulate, and distort any external source. It also hides its autonomous and unpredictable soul. Bringing the filter into self-oscillation, the module transforms into a fully fledged solo synth or a formidable percussive sound generator. And also, by modulating resonance and exploiting the lightning-fast response of its circuits, Stigma is also able to create a powerful industrial-style kick, metallic toms, and dense percussion textures saturated directly from its valve stage. Key features, as I said before, true stereo or dual mono, 2 independent valve channels for maximum routing and flexibility, heat and destruction, a stage of valve saturation and distortion to transition from gentle analog heat to a harsh destructive clipping. It has advanced filtering, analog filters modeled after the valve character, capable of making their way through the mix or screaming when pushed to the limit. Self-oscillation and percussive engine, as I mentioned before. And there's obviously some CV controls because it's a Eurorack system. Yes, now he does go into quite a lot of information about it on the video. I can just sort of skip through to some of the bits that he talks about. Self-oscillation demonstration. We could probably, what could we do? Let's do this one here. some kicks. I think that was a pretty cool sweet spot just there. The video does go through a lot of different sounds and everything. So how would we sum it up, guys? Do you reckon it's kind of like this really gritty Valve-inspired dual stereo filter with overdriving? That would be a way self-oscillating. I mean, that's pretty much summing it up, isn't it? Okay.
Yes. It sort of crosses into territories of other modules I've heard, but what's cool is that it's doing all of them. So there's quite a few different sweet spots. That's my point. I mean, some of those sounds were reminiscent of the Scrat there that I've got from Neutral Labs, which has those plug-in, plug-out modules that you put into the feedback loop of the filter. But there are some totally different sounds and modulated. That was what was cool at the last bit of the demo. I like the way you could modulate the distortion types. So that's pretty unique. And dual. So it's quite a lot for a module. It's quite packed in. Like it's almost as densely packed with ideas as the silk screening on the front is packed.
Yeah.
So very cool. Yeah. I've just opened my spreadsheet to put it on my wish list.
I think some of its power, Chris, is the controllability. So if you look at the actual module itself is kind of simple in its idea. There's a few elements to create what it's giving you, but then the variance within those simple ideas, and then the controllability of those variants, and then the fact that then you've got two hemispheres, a left and a right, and you can link them or you can separate them. And some of that, like that last part you heard where one was linked with the other, and you heard some harmonics sort of beating of different sounds over each other. So it was kind of, that distortion does a lot of that sort of stuff in its own natural environment anyway. That's kind of where I was thinking it would be interesting. And honestly, it would be infinite to what this thing could do because of the signal that you're putting into it. It's self-generating on its own. It's the stuff that you're putting into it and making it, modify
That's
that.
The great thing about filters or sound manglers is that you can kind of reinvent the module by reinventing the source material that goes into them.
Yeah. Now I've had lots of distortion type modules over the years, and after a while I kind of get a little bit frustrated with them because either they are a one-trick pony and they're kind of it's almost like they're on and they're off, and then there's a little bit of variant with their onness, whether it's louder or softer, and that's about it. I kind of always wanted to have some sort of overdriving distortion module with a twist, and this could very well possibly be it. The fact that it's got actual analog valves in there is a cool thing. The voltage is the thing, Chris, that gets me interested. Like if it's got vacuum tubes in it, it's only drawing
these new vacuum tubes that everyone's using. These long, thin ones.
Yeah,
they were originally designed for doing displaying like bar meters.
Yep,
and they've always been lower powered.
So 90 milliamps on the plus 12 and 160 milliamps on the -12. That's next to nothing.
Yeah, well, it'll have a voltage doubler in there to step up the voltage for the tubes. But it doesn't really need a lot of current, just needs voltage. Yeah, I know. There's a perception you'd think something that needs a high amount of voltage will consume masses of power, but it doesn't work that way. Massive amount of voltage means they consume very little power because it's all being supplied through the larger voltage. Counterintuitive, I know, but it's a thing.
It is a thing. And I mean, I think so if you go back to that original video that he did with the stop motion animation, he used this module to create the sound effects. Obviously, he has reverb and delay and things like that on top of it. But a lot of that drony sound that you heard from the video was created by this module. And it really, like, if you think about it, that kind of really sold it. That sort of you've got a sound, but you're just frustrated with it. It's kind of not getting to where you want it to get to. So maybe put it through something like this, and it might take you to that level or that area that really dirties it up. And a lot of people like that dirty sound at the moment too, don't they? It seems to be an in thing, especially in the last 5 years in music. I feel noise generation is the in thing, right?
Well, you got, for example, the Headbanger was released recently by Robots Are Red and Satonics, is it? Satonics.
Yeah, we haven't covered that yet.
We haven't covered it, but that is
we haven't covered it because Brian and I are trying to get a time where we can get him on the show. That's why.
Right. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, because he's been on the show before, as you guys know.
Right. But yeah, for example. So yeah, it is in. Distortion is back, baby.
I mean, I'm just thinking, Ian, imagine, the next analog synth, right? Someone's going to go, I friggin' love, like, someone's going to be like you, Ian, goes, I friggin' love all the cool stuff that's coming out of Eurorack, but I'm just not going to buy Eurorack because I just don't want to sell my soul to the devil.
Yeah, exactly.
However you want to spin it, right? And someone's going to go, you know what? I am going to grab all the cool ideas and make an analog synth, or I'm going to make a digital synth, or I'm going to make a hybrid synth, or whatever. And I'm going to put all these cool ideas like vacuum tube distortion on the filter. I'm not saying it hasn't been done, by the way. I'm not saying someone's probably already done it, right? But done it in a way where it's controllable. That's one of the things I loved about the Cascadia by Intelligel. It's and then there's some more other stuff that they've done. They have this thing where this is why I like Akeiko. I love. There's a lot of other manufacturers of Eurorack where I love where people can go, I've got a really simple cool thing, but I'm going to expand it all out for you so that you've got every nuance of controllability and inputting and outputting that this thing can do, so that you are just given the complete canvas of what is possible on this particular idea. And I love that. I don't like it when people minimalize things and give you a knob and an LCD screen and that's it. I think that sort of stuff absolutely shits me. I love the opposite. I like it when it's got lots of controls, lots of you don't want to see distortion on or off, for example. Absolutely. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yep.
And power to his elbow. That video is amazing. People can take note of that. Launching a product. That's how to do it.
That's how you do it.
It's a proper video.
Yeah, I was going to say it raises the bar for the rest of us. Damn it.
Yeah.
It
doesn't mean you have to do stop motion videos.
No. These people have, they have a drive. That's all I can say. Some people are very good at, doing this. Younger people than I, shall we say. I'll leave this to the spring chickens.
Well, it's sometimes hard to find motivation when you're older. I understand that because you've got
How about just talent?
Emotional baggage.
Well, it probably went, I don't mind doing this video even if it only sells one module, whereas we'll be like, I'm looking for that to sell one module.
Yeah. I think he's probably got some other passions in his life, and he's just
and I
brought
think
them
stop
together.
motion's one of them.
He's probably
Definitely.
might even be a bit.
Well, it's
of
like the
a
guitarist from Tool. I mean, all those cool early videos from Tool that are stop motion. He did
yeah.
those. He's a Hollywood effects guy, also a guitar player.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I love that sort of stuff, Andy. That, you know, there's some actually really good horror movies which are stop motion, and they actually scare the pants out of you the way that they've put them together with the eerie synthy music underneath.
For sure.
You probably use a module.
Seriously, you got to check out, if you like stop motion, check out Mad God by Phil Tippett. It's an insane movie, all stop motion, completely nuts.
Yeah.
I can't believe I only discovered it last year. It's one of the craziest movies I've ever seen. So.
Now, I've got one more module to show you. I don't have this is really, really frustrating. I don't have a video. I can't find SoundCloud things for it, probably because it's a bit difficult to do that. But this is from Taya. We've talked about these guys before. This is the Drift Log. This is another one of those type interesting CV utility type modules, Chris.
Yes. I have seen this go across my desk.
Yeah. There is a video out there by Danielle. It's a guy. I can't show it because it's one of the it's his, you know, it's his world. Yeah. And once again, I think I said this last time I showed a Taya product. Don't just use him, or if you're going to use him, let it sort of get out there, and we can share it. Yeah. I'll put it up in a second. I'll show you a little snippet in there. Anyway, this is a cyclic random voltage generator. Now, I don't know, like sometimes I feel like there's going to be musicians watching the show and they're going to be going, what do I want that for? How's that going to do Beethoven for me? Do you know what I mean? Okay, guys, for a start, it's a synthesizer channel. And back in the old days, synthesizers were actually created from different voltages. So that's how they work. Anyway, Eurorack LAN voltages.
About Stockhausen or something.
Yeah, well, you could shock your audience. Little micro voltages. No, go home feeling buzzed. Anyway, this is a dual channel voltage generator, and it's loopable. It's got some randomization features in it. It's 12 HP. The price that's on Modular Grid is $354 US. I think it's a conversion price. I don't know if that's the real price, by the way. I'll check it out in a sec. Taya? I don't know. They're called tiasynthesizers.com. Like I said before, we've shown some of their gear before. What can this do? Specs-wise, it has a 16-bit resolution, so it's a digital module with plus or minus 5 volt range. You can have stepped and smooth random voltage generation with a continuous interpolation, shapeable voltage transitions from Bezier, exponential, and peak-based curves. Probability control, loop-based capture and replay of random voltage sequences with a start and length control. Now that's cool because you could have a happy accident and go, oh, let's repeat that.
It's designed for capturing that kind of stuff.
You've also got a manual and external sequence reset, so you can actually reset this thing through a control voltage. Okay. There's a per channel level scaling and offset control, CV for modulation for clock, slope, shape, and probability, internal clock as well, automatic external clock synchronization as well, per channel logic outputs, selectable for gates or triggers, and then you've got clock output following the active time source, and there's a save state and recall for settings across power cycles. So that's a cool thing as well. So you turn the module off, turn it back on again, can recall your settings. It's still there. Yeah. Especially with these random things. Anyway, it does have some pretty interesting things like DC offset, swing manual reset, all sort of stuff on the panel. So quite busy, the panel. I feel like it's inviting you in to fiddle and plug and, you know, do some stuff. Let me see if I can get this up, this video. You guys talk about it while I'm trying to find Danielle's video.
I'm guessing it's about 14 HP. I didn't hear.
12 HP. I think I said that.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, I know you did. I just wasn't listening.
Yeah, well, your teacher told me about that.
Yeah.
Why don't I do this video in the background without sound? And
well.
you guys can just watch this beautiful camera work from Daniel. I should actually ask him, because I've spoken to him before, this guy.
How does he do it?
No. I know how he does it.
This is a slider rig, yeah.
Yeah, slider rig. He's got
Slider
a
rig and an
DSLR.
Oh, he's got a
nice lens.
The big Osmo
Yep.
mount. The big Osmo, yeah. Okay.
But it's a nice,
Does he
good
have
look
to-
at the module. He goes through and he talks about what it can do and all the different settings and things like that. He's a big user of the Taya synthesizer modules. You can see there's 3 of them right there in the video. And a nice little pod. I love those pods.
4MS.
Yep. All right, that's enough of that. So, yeah. I'm just going to go across to their website and just double check to make sure the price was... Yeah, so €285 ex VAT. It's been reduced by €15 for the launch. I think it will go up to €300 once the launch has finished. You can buy it right now, actually.
Cool.
And he's calling it an early bird pricing. Now, if you're wondering about the modules that we talked about from Taya synthesizers before, there was the... which one was that? The Maikshifter.
Okay. I just remember Acacia, but I don't remember the individual modules.
Okay. Now, whereabouts is this guy? He's in Portugal. That's right. I remember that now.
Nice.
So there you go. Big hello to
That's where
Portugal.
my
They're doing quite well at the moment in the World Cup, Portugal, with Ronaldo. That's it for products this week, guys. Ian, for you can buy an FM synth from China.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Yeah. And Daren, this has got Rand. It has freezing, so it freezes the random. So technically, Daren should be wanting this. And of course, I'll
freeze.
How do you freeze a random? So it's freezing the loop. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
The sequence.
That's what I mean by freezing. Freezing time. Going back in time, saying, "Oh,
Yeah.
we're going back in time." It's a Doctor Who time loop.
Yeah, gotcha.
But
You
yeah,
know, Ian
I'll
won't
go
save
for
for FM
I'll
because
go
he's
for
saving for modular, so he's got to buy
Why
some
did
modular stuff.
Why did
I
the
am.
title not work on this?
Does this not seem a bit pricey, this module, anyway? At €285.
To me, it does seem a bit pricey, but different size company, different attitude.
Yeah, yeah.
It's within the spectrum of what It's not out of what do you call it? Out of kilter with.
It's not dreaming time. Yeah.
No. It's not. I mean, like Instro price or anything like that.
It's complex. It's a complex.
It's pretty complex.
Yeah.
Probably quite fiddly to manufacture because of the closeness of things, and it's probably been kept to a very thin profile, which is always expensive.
It's quite deep, Chris.
Is it?
45
Oh,
millimeter.
okay.
Yeah. Which is interesting because I'm looking at the pod. I didn't think the pods were that deep. So, yeah, 45 millimeters, I reckon, on modular.
Yeah, I have a Pod 64 and it's nice and deep. So
That could be a pod 64. You're right. Yeah.
I was going to say, otherwise there's an angle grinder.
You can always take the back off your case.
So you have to dig a hole in your desk as well. It's a problem.
Empty title banner. I know it's just decided to work. Can you guys see that? How it's just decided to pop in. If you're wondering why, I use Google Sheets to do the titles, and it's using obviously something in vMix to poll the Google Sheet, and sometimes
Falls
those
asleep.
web API type things just do weird things. But yeah,
Usually the timeouts are too long.
maybe I'm not sure. But I'm
this case, it's a
constantly
foreign
battling with
pronunciation.
IT stuff lately. It's really annoying. What's that, Andy? You're over
So
the top
in this
of
case,
me.
it's the foreign pronunciation of sheets. Sheets.
Google Sheets.
Yeah.
I get you.
Sheets. It gives you the sheets every time.
Sheets.
Yeah, that's it. That's it for products, at least. Unless you guys want to suggest one, there's a few things boiling at the moment. There's a product that's coming out on the 14th of July, and I think by the time I get back, we'll be ready to show that on that Saturday. So that one's cool. Yeah.
From a major or minor?
It's a big synth.
A big synth.
Yeah, and it's not from any major manufacturer. It's a big synth. So that one's on its way out. It's already been leaked, pictures of it and stuff, so it won't be hard for you guys to find. It's got a kind of cool name. What we will do is we'll release the second clue before we go across to Ian.
Release the second clue.
Second clue time.
Smithers, release the hounds.
It has a solenoid thumper.
Ooh.
Nah.
Is that like the bunny thumper?
Yes. Yeah. I know.
Well, while you guys are thinking about that, why don't we do this?
So, welcome to History with Ian. So here we are. Happy 4th of July. 1776, the Declaration of Independence was approved. I've got to do this, haven't I, really? The Declaration of Independence was approved by the Congressional Congress. The document... the Continental Congress. I can't read my own writing here. The document which announced the separation of 13 North American British colonies from Great Britain. Good on you guys. Was met with scorn by the British officials. Why? We're not surprised about that. Fighting dragged on for years, and when the American Revolution finally ended in 1783, the colonies were victorious, hurrah, and went on to form the United States of America. And so, subsequently, 4th of July, as we all well know, is a national holiday in the States. Jumping to 1802, the United States Military Academy opened in West Point in New York. And in 1826, two major figures of the American Revolution who became US presidents, Thomas Jefferson and John Adams. There's a really good series about John Adams a few years ago. They both died on this day in 1826, 50 years to the day after the adoption of the Declaration of Independence. Adams' last words were, "Jefferson survives." He was unaware that Jefferson had died hours earlier. 1855, still on history. American author Walt Whitman first published Leaves of Grass, a landmark in the history of American literature. Undergoing numerous revisions, the poetry collection became known as the for its unconventional language and its celebration of human body and sexual passion. Sounds like a good read to me. 1865, Lewis Carroll's Alice's Adventures in Wonderland was first published, though the first print run had to be recalled because of quality issues. Don't quite know what the quality issues were, but anyway, that first edition was a new first edition was released in November. History talk. 1884, the Statue of Liberty was presented to the United States by the French in Paris. It was disappointing when I went, I've been to the Statue of Liberty in Hudson Bay, and it's a bit disappointing. I can't recommend it as a tourist attraction, but stay on the boat and go to and visit Ellis Island, which is absolutely brilliant. Particularly the Hard Hat Tour, where you go around the disused derelict hospital. It's amazing.
The internal skeleton built by Eiffel is very impressive. That's one of the best parts, probably.
Yeah, it probably is. I mean, it just felt really sort of quite tacky and a bit too touristy, really, when we went.
It's kind of silly, yeah. Yeah. But
I mean, I have to say, I mean, Ellis Island is just. I've been 3 times to Ellis Island. That's how good it is. It's great, really. And you have to book if you want to go on the Hard Hat Tour because it changes every time. They keep opening new bits of it. 1910, in what was billed as the fight of the century, African-American boxer Jack Johnson defeated James Jackson Jeffries, try saying that quickly, who was considered, sort of racist remark, the Great White Hope. Johnson's victory led to a national-wide celebration by the Black Americans, and that was sometimes met with violence from white people, surprise, surprise, resulting in more than 20 deaths across the country. Now we're getting onto some music. So 1911, born today, American conductor, record producer, and record industry executive Mitch Miller. He had the 1955 US #1 and UK #2 single, The Yellow Rose of Texas. Miller disapproved of rock and roll. And when working at Columbia, he passed on signing Elvis Presley, Buddy Holly, and the Beatles. Although he did discover Aretha Franklin, so we give him some credit. He signed her first major record contract. But also born today, 1938, Bill Withers, American singer-songwriter, who had the 1972 US #1, Lean on Me, and the 1988 #4 single, Lovely Day, which had been first released in 78. Towards the end of the song, Withers holds the note for 18 seconds. This is believed to be the second longest note in UK chart history. I mean, we do this sort of thing. We work out what the longest note is that anybody's ever sung. They don't bother doing this in America or Australia, do they? It has to be done over here. Anyway, apparently the longest note is Morton Harden from Aha, which is the 20-second note for Summers Moves On. Sadly, Bill Withers died from heart complications in Los Angeles on March the 30th, 2020, aged 81. Another birthday today. American jazz drummer Butch Mills. He played with Count Basie's orchestra, Dave Brubeck, Ella Fitzgerald, Sammy Davis Jr., Frank Sinatra, and a whole host of other people, including Lena Horne and Tony Bennett. Sadly, he died 2nd February 2023, age 78. 1946, the Republic of Philippines was proclaimed, and Manuel Roxas became their first president. We're coming back to the Philippines shortly. French music producer, 1947, born today, songwriter Jacques Moral. He was the creator of acts like the Richer Family. I don't know the Richer Family, but I certainly know the Village People. Morali was infected with HIV in the mid-1980s and died of AIDS, sadly, on the 15th of November 1991. Also born today in 1948 was Jeremy Spencer, guitarist from Fleetwood Mac, who had in 1969 UK #1 single with Albatross. Not the Fleetwood Mac that later on came on, but when they were a proper blues band. Left the band during the 1971 US tour, saying, "I'm just going out to buy a newspaper." And he was found 2 days later in LA at the Children of God headquarters with his head shaved. And I suppose we know what happened to him. Anyway, happy birthday to Kirk Pengilly. Have I pronounced that right? Guitarist of Australian rock band In Excess, who had the 1988 UK #2 and US #1 single Need You Tonight. Their 1987 album Kick, which I do have a copy of and is great, sold over 10 million copies in the US alone and features four top 10 singles: Need You Tonight, Devil's Inside, New Sensation, and the brilliant Never Tear Us Apart. In Excess have sold over 55 million records worldwide. Moving to 1962, another birthday. Happy birthday to American drummer Kent Stax from hardcore punk band Scream. Never heard of him. But after their third album, Banging the Drum, which was in 1986, Stax left the band for personal reasons and was replaced by the then 17-year-old local drummer Dave Grohl, who had lied to the band about his age in order to get on tour with them. Sadly, Stax died from cancer in September the 20th in 2023. 1964, the Beach Boys scored their first chart-topping #1, the Billboard Hot 100 with I Get Around. The song is particularly notable for its unusual song structure, with an opening and closing with a chorus and two shorter verses in between. 1966, here we are, we're back at the Philippines again. The Beatles played 2 shows at the Ritza Memorial Football Stadium in Manila in the Philippines to over 80,000 fans. The Beatles failed to appear at a palace reception hosted by President Marcos's family, who were not informed that the Beatles had declined their invitation. The Philippines media misrepresented this as a deliberate snub, and when Brian Epstein tried to make a televised statement, his comments were disrupted by static. The next day, as the Beatles made their way to the airport, they were greeted by angry mobs of ex-fans. The Philippines government had retaliated by refusing police protection for the Beatles. I think it also it went somewhere to the Beatles stopping touring, really. 1973, Slade drummer Don Powell was badly injured in a car crash in which his girlfriend was killed. The accident left Powell with no sense of taste or smell, and he still has severe problems with short-term memory loss, while his long-term memory remains unaffected. There is a one-man play called Wondering Why, which about the incident, written and performed by a guy called Ian Pearce. I saw the play a couple of years ago. Really, really good. It tells, obviously, the true story of actually how Don Powell survived this crash. And, I mean, it was literally something like 3 weeks after he went out on tour again with them. It's also worth noting that in February 2020, Don Powell announced that he'd been fired by email from Slade by Dave Hill and would perform as his own version of Slade. The reason that Powell was fired was because he had missed a few gigs because of injury. And on the 2018, while at Peterborough Station there, he snapped tendons in both his legs and was hospitalised for 5 weeks. Eventually returned to perform on the 1st of November, but he'd worried about relapsing on stage, and his doctors had advised him that if he continued to perform with Slade at that point in time, he would be crippled for life and unable to walk. So he actually had to stop drumming, and they had to get somebody else in. So they fired him. That's not the way to support your long-term band members, Daville. Anyway, I think nobody had left by then. 1974, Steely Dan played one final show in Santa Monica, California, before retiring from the road. While Walter Becker and Donald Fagen were enjoying major success on the Billboard charts, they chose to remain a studio-only project with the revolving cast of studio musicians. And they disbanded in 1981 and then reunited in 1993. And today, 1976, the British punk rock band. I never thought the Clash were really a punk rock band, if I'm honest. But anyway, they came up at that sort of time. They had a bit more depth to that. They gave their first public performance opening for the Sex Pistols in the very ropey Black Swan pub in Sheffield. I do know it. 1977, Nigel Harrison replaced Gary Valentine as the bassist for Blondie. Valentine left the group to pursue his own projects and later a solo career. When the band famously reunited, neither Harrison or Infant were invited back, leading to legal disputes over the band's name and unpaid royalties. In the modern version of Blondie, the bassist role has been held by Lee Fox, and people like Sex Pistol Glenn Matlock have sometimes stepped in to tour. I did see them a few years ago. I'm a massive Blondie fan. I saw them first in their first major tour. They've become their own tribute act, I'm afraid, like a lot of bands. I don't blame them for that. It's just, I think, a reality. What else have we got? So, 1995 on this day, Foo Fighters released their self-titled debut. At the time, it was simply a solo project of Dave Grohl, written and recorded entirely by the former Nirvana's drummer, while Grohl never had plans for the recordings to ever be released, and he treated it as a cathartic practice after the death of Kurt Cobain. The demos reached an A&R execs at Capitol Records, and Foo Fighters was released to broad critical acclaim and commercial success, leading to Grohl then assembling the band and embarking on a new path as a frontman. I have to say, I mean, I think Foo Fighters are all right. They're just not my thing, and they have played here in Frome, as everybody keeps telling me. When I first arrived here, they said two things about Frome. One is that Paul McCartney had played in the Cheese and Grain, and also the Foo Fighters. Like, that made that much difference. Anyway, so 1999.
Wait. 1995? You missed one.
19...
Happy birthday to Post Malone.
Who? I've
Post
got that.
Malone. Yeah.
Rapper.
The rapper.
Yes,
Born on the 4th of July, 1995.
I didn't get that one.
Keep going.
I didn't know who he was. That's probably why I missed him. So who's Post Malone?
Oh, he's very wealthy musician rapper. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, he obviously passed me by. 1999, Victoria Post Spice Adams married one-time footballer and dodgy brand ambassador and knighthood wannabe. You see what I did there? David Beckham, some castle in Ireland. The couple had signed a deal worth £1 million with OK Magazine to have exclusive picture rights. And also, sadly, on this day in 2003...
Luttrell's Town
Sorry?
Castle. Luttrell's Town Castle.
Luttrell Castle, yeah, exactly. Yeah. I wasn't going to even go there. I had no idea how to pronounce that. Sadly, on this day in 2003... Barry White passed away. We all know Barry White, the recognisable voice of soul, funk and disco. He died at the age of 58, which seems a bit young, really. Yeah, that's the man. 5 times Grammy Award winner, known for his sultry bass voice. I'm going to be left to you.
Can't get enough of you, love, babe.
Yeah. And he'd worked with acts like the Love Unlimited, who became his backing singers in the early 70s. He embarked on a solo career, which obviously then became the Love Unlimited Orchestra. But yeah, loads of great songs. 2002
with strings and waka taka, you know.
Yeah. George Michael took part in a live phone interview in the US news channel CNN, defending his new single "Shoot the Dog." The Americans apparently were upset, or certain Americans. Say who, because of the controversial video which had President Bush in bed with Tony Blair. That sounds about right to me, if you ask me. 2005, U2 won a court fight for the return of items of memorabilia, including a Stetson hat, which had been a list of stealing. The judge, Matthew Deirdre, at Dublin Circuit Court, ordered Lola Cashman to return items that also included earrings within 7 days. She'd worked for U2 as a stylist during the 1980s and had written an unauthorised book called Inside the Zoo. Judge said that he found Miss Cashman's version of how she was given the items at the end to be doubtful, particularly her describing Bono running around in his underpants backstage. I don't know. I quite like the idea of seeing Bono. Well, no, I don't want to see Bono in his underpants running, but I can imagine him doing that, really. Where are we now? So yes, 2009, 77-year-old Alan Klein, the former Beatles manager, is also the manager for the Rolling Stones, died after a battle with Alzheimer's. The assets of his company, ABCO, included recordings of the Rolling Stones, the Animals, Herman's Hermits, the Kinks, Chubby Checker, and many others. Apparently he was a bit of a sort of vicious manager anyway. 2010, invited by US President Barack Obama, what happened to him? The Killers played on the White House South Lawn for the 2nd annual Salute to the Military United Services Organization concert as part of the Independence Day celebrations. Well, I have to say it's better than what we've had lately with the Trump cage fighting bollocks that we've seen. I know that. Anyway, George Michael was arrested on this day in 2010. Wait. Crashed his... Sorry, go on.
2012, still on that year. They found the God particle on this day.
Higgs boson.
At the CERN Large Hadron Collider announced the discovery of the new particle consistent with the Higgs boson called the God particle.
I had it in originally and then I took it out. Why did I take it out? I should have left it in, shouldn't I?
Yeah, it's a good one.
And see, they were right. It's funny how the world's falling apart now after that. So there you go.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
Everything died in 2012. Apparently, we're in a different. What is it, Andy? We're in a different.
That's it. Parallel universe.
Parallel universe.
Yeah, I was going to say it. The multiverse again.
Just back to 2010, George Michael was arrested after he crashed his car in front of a Snappy Snap store in Hampstead, North London. The singer was returning home from a gay pride parade when the incident was spotted on CCTV, and his vehicle mounted the pavement and collided into the shop window, shattering the glass and causing damage to the store's frame. He was arrested on suspicion of being unfit to drive, and charged with possession of cannabis and while driving while unfit through drink or drugs. He pleaded guilty to both the driving under the influence of drugs and possession of cannabis at Highbury, and he was handed an 8-week prison sentence. Rapists get less. A 5-year driving ban, which is justified, I suppose, and a fine of £12,050. 2012, Bonhams of London announced that Freddie Mercury's black and white Harlequin stage costume had sold for £22,500 at the Entertainment Memorial memorabilia sale. The Harlequin costume was one of Freddie's most recognisable stage costumes. Wore a number of times in the 70s. Also, a pair of Freddie's ballet pumps exceeded the pre-sale estimate of $1,500 to sell for $4,000 to an overseas internet bidder. And Freddie had won the leather ballet shoes during a worn the white leather ballet shoes during Queen's legendary Hyde Park performance in 1976. Also on this day,
you'd want to wear gloves touching that costume, though, wouldn't you? Hey?
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
After he sweated in it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, and it probably wasn't washed, was it? Anyway, on this day, 2014, Rolf Harris. This destroyed my childhood. Was charged with and convicted of 12 counts of indecent assault, dating between 68 and 86.
He was born in my city. I never liked him.
He was, he used to have meetings with the Queen and all this. So I used to do all that painting stuff. He was, growing up, he was anyway. His victims include. Sorry about this, guys. His victims included an 8-year-old autograph hunter and a childhood friend of his daughter, whom he groomed and abused for over 16 years. Yeah. Harris was sentenced to 5 years, which doesn't seem long enough, and 9 months for indecent assault of female minors. He died in 2023, thank God, aged 93.
What was he famous for again? I know the name, but I don't know what he did.
Yeah,
stupid
wobble
he had
board
TV shows,
kangaroo songs.
Wobble ball kangaroo comedy. Yeah, comedy songs. He did sort of painting with great big thick brushes and stuff, and all that sort of thing.
So even his song was creepy. So.
His song was creepy.
Oh yeah.
Never liked the guy.
Two Little Boys was one of them.
Everything was creepy. He used to do a flipping Splash TV series, didn't it?
Yeah.
Water.
Yeah.
Kids. Oh yeah, he did.
Swimming.
Yeah, I remember. I vaguely remember the TV series. Yeah. Jumping to 2020, Kanye West announced on Twitter that he will be running for the 2020 presidential election. I wonder how that went for him. Interviewed by Forbes for his presidential run, West said that he would run.
There you go, Andy. You could have had Kanye West as your president.
Exactly.
And people actually voted for him. He actually got votes. That's really sad.
He did get votes, yeah. He said, because when we win, it's everybody's birthday. Oh, God. Anyway. On this day, 2025, Oasis, they're nearly as bad as Coldplay, kicked off a reunion 41-date world tour, which was obviously was a bit of a cash-in, wasn't it, really? After a 16-year breakup, the band's reunion, the tour was announced on the 27th of August, 2 days before their 30th anniversary of the debut album, Definitely Maybe. Around 14 million people said that they would have joined the scramble for 1.4 million tickets, with only 17 shows announced at the time. Across the UK and Ireland, the tour was set to visit Asia, Australia, Europe, North America and South. I'm sure it did, but I completely ignored all that sort of stuff.
Now, before you get into your charts, one more thing for today.
Yeah, go on then.
Actually today.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Taylor Swift on getting married.
Oh, yeah, that was yesterday, wasn't it? She got married yesterday in
4th of July, I thought it was.
I thought it was yesterday at Madison Square. I lost my invite. Obviously, it was Madison Square. I knew it was Madison Square
barbecue.
And I would have got.
And get ready for some crazy breakup songs later. That's
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, bless her. If he's the man for you, luck. Taylor, he's all right with me. But he's a football player. So anyway, so the only other thing, can I just say one thing happened tomorrow? In 1946, on the 5th of July, the French designer unveiled the bombastic new swim set called the Bikini.
Oh, fantastic.
So and,
celebrate that.
It was named after Bikini Atoll in the Marshall Islands, the site of the recent U.S. nuclear testing. I had to include this.
Yeah,
While the
ironic.
bathing suit was considered scandalous at the time, it was just 30 square inches of fabric. So somebody's obviously measured that, hasn't they? It has since become an
smaller
inspiration.
now.
Yeah.
So, Ian, answer this question to me, right?
Yeah, go on.
If you're on the beach and you see all the lovely women wearing their bikinis, okay?
Yep.
But if one of them would so happen to get undressed and she was in her bras and knickers, she'd be arms all over, right? What's the difference?
Exactly.
There's no difference.
There's no difference, is there?
No difference now.
It's just weird,
There's
isn't it?
technically no difference.
Don't you think it's weird?
Simple
I think it's weird.
Yeah.
Well,
it
how
is
about
weird.
budgie smugglers then? How about budgie smugglers?
They
then?
should
Mate.
just be. They should be banned. I'm sorry.
Budgies, you've just got to learn how to stick your hips forward and
And put a toilet roll down your trousers. Isn't that right? Yeah.
raid your sock drawer.
There is one last thing to say about the bikini, because apparently a fashion icon, somebody I've never heard of, called Diane Veerland, said that the bikini is the most important thing since the atom bomb. I don't think it is, Diana, actually. I really don't think it is. But anyway.
It might be for her.
Not much happening on the charts. UK single, we've got Sam Fender and Olivia Dean gone back up. Olivia Rodriguez's #1 album. Everywhere Toy Story 5 is still tops. America, you've got Choosing Texas has gone back up to #1. Olivia Rodriguez's album. Australia, you've got Choosing Texas has gone back up to #1, and Olivia Rodriguez's #1 album. So, and that was this day, or this week, or this year.
Australia is Choosing Texas.
Choosing
Langley.
Texas by Ellie Lang. It's a good
Have
song.
you heard
actually.
that? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like it. I mean, it's very, very country.
Oh, absolutely.
And the video is quite interesting because she's literally just sat there drinking Jack Daniels and there's people dancing in the background. Very simple video, but it's a good song. And I don't mind a bit of country. I'm a bit of a Steve Earle fan.
That song by Sam Fender and Olivia Dean's coming back into the charts again.
I know. It's
gone out, coming back in. Gone out, coming back in.
I mean, it's not like there's other songs out there, is there? But anyway, it's just
Ariana Grande's got a new single, "Hate That I Made You Love Me" or something like that.
I've not heard that yet.
It's not called "Hate That I Make You Listen to This." Is that?
The one
sure it's all right.
out of the top 10, I feel the one I like the most is "Dracula" by Tame Impala.
Oh,
that's a great song.
I've not heard that.
You've got to listen to that. It's good synthy, good everything. Vocals kind of annoy me a little bit by Tame Impala because it's very, very sort of reverby, and that's kind of just about every one of their songs is kind of similar. Yeah. But it's actually a really good song. So that one's good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. There's not much else. I in fact, I didn't look at the rest of the UK charts. I just have a look at the #1s.
My daughter's the one that keeps me with all the latest. Yeah. She grabs my phone and she adds songs to it, and so Okay.
I like the Taylor Swift song from Toy Story 5.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
And there's a story to that. Didn't she write something when she was young? There was some link to her childhood. Yeah. I remember someone telling me about it. I didn't quite catch. Someone in chat will tell us. There's some link to her childhood with that song. So it's
right.
Yeah. It was well done, Ian. You did a good job. That was a big one today.
It was a big one. Yeah. And I left a few out as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some history for yesterday. Jim Morrison died on July 3rd. So.
Good old James. Yeah.
Nothing like drowning on your own vomit.
France. He died in France.
One of the early songs I learnt to play on the, I'll call it the piano, but it wasn't. It was "Riders on the Storm."
When I played in the blues band in 2019, I even had the effects. I managed to get the storm effects at the beginning.
It's a great track. Yeah,
it's a good song to play actually.
Yeah, quite easy to learn. It's
Yeah,
just
it is,
long and there's
yeah.
different sections, and when you're young, it's good
There's
fun.
a bit where the rundown is to get the rundown right took a while, if I remember rightly.
It's pretty easy though. It's a standard
Yeah,
scale,
it's not-
so it's not
yeah,
too
it
bad.
is.
If you practice your scales, you'll know that one. Yeah, I tried to get my
I'm
son
back- I'm back
interested in
practicing
learning
my
that, but
scales.
he's not interested in it. He doesn't want to. I'm like, okay. Fair enough. Your funeral? No, kidding. Right, we are going to do a clue. We're going to do a clue.
The last clue.
Is it clue number three?
Three.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Bang. There we go. We've got bankrupt synth pioneer. Wow, look at that for a clue. That should just about cement it, put it into the right filing box, and everyone who's gone early is going to, damn it!
Oh, yeah.
So people may be asking, what does this bankrupt synth pioneer mean? Well, the person that designed the synth, obviously.
Could it be an EMS?
Didn't say it.
Someone asked about Thumper. Yeah, I'll talk about that after I reveal what the answer is, because I feel like if I do, I tend to give away too much when I talk about things, so I'll let that one sit and stew and pickle and bubble away. And when we
Thumper just
reveal
makes
the
you
answer,
think of Bambi. You know, the rabbit and Bambi. It's Thumper.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
yeah, I had a family friend that had a rabbit called Thumper, and I always used to wonder, where did I get that name from? That was sarcasm if you hadn't wondered.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I think we've done all the segments. I don't have a price watch this week because I just haven't had a chance to do it. But we can do this.
Yay.
If that's not good enough for you, then see ya. Now, I think it's probably time that we stop the synth quiz. I think we've got enough answers. What's the people coming in, aren't they? Where are we? Yep, we just got one more. Who was that? Chris? Okay, gone with the Obi. All right, just give it one more second while I go to here and check my command logs. Yep, that one will do it. We're going to stop the quiz and we are going to go back to Quiz Central and we're going to reveal the answer. I know it was quick after clue 3, but you got to be quick because the answer is the Rhodes Chroma.
It's wacko.
Now, let me tell you a little bit about why it's the Rhodes Chroma. Because it was a bankrupt synth pioneer who was the engineer who actually created this synthesizer, aka ARP, and ARP went bankrupt. And
Of course it was.
Rhodes Chroma then was taken over. And it's actually quite an interesting story, that one. Before I tell you the story, let me tell you a little bit about the Thumper solenoid. So it's a tactile feedback which is provided by a physical solenoid thumper that literally hits the inside of the chassis when you press a membrane.
Oh, I was trying to bring some feel back into the keyboard.
Yes. Now, we have a winner, and I think it might be Wagyu.
Yeah, what a surprise.
It is indeed Wagyu. So what are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 entries today.
Yeah, haptic feedback. Good
Let's
point.
see if that one is correct. Let's see if that works. There is a lot of bankruptcies. There we go. And we're going to do...
Isn't it par for the course? Every synth pioneer has to become bankrupt at some stage during their career.
Yeah.
Now, I have to say, it's no longer something that you can Google easily. So, I feel these questions are less Googleable to cheat. But Wags is out there on 5. There's a leaderboard, guys. 5 for Wags, 2 for Bicky, 2 for Smithy. Babs is on 1, Droigan's on 1, and there's a few others. It's just just snaps it off at the top 5. It doesn't mean the others who are on 1 are not as good. It just means that's what the algorithm decided to do. Always, we are feeding the algorithm, aren't we, guys? Anyway, Saturday Sonority. What do you guys want to talk about? Chuck us questions in chat or topics in chat. Let us know.
We're here for you. Yeah.
In the meantime, I can just play the crickets while we wait. No, we probably should have like some elevator music.
Yeah.
We'll do granular cricket, so it's synthy related. So.
I should sample that cricket through the Arcaco Stigma. Yes. Anyway, I'll never catch up now, Vicky says.
Yeah, well, don't say that.
We have to try and come up with, look, be the quizmaster. You have to try and beat Wags. He's obviously rocketing off.
If we make Wags the quizmaster, then he can't do it, can he? So then everybody else would catch up.
Yeah, but I think he likes to be a contestant. He likes the challenge. Yes. Yeah. Anyway, it does take me some time to put the quizzes together because I actually I can't just go, what synth should I do? Oh, I'll do a Juno 106. Here, quick look at the panel. Oh, yeah, 3 things, bang, there's a quiz. And it's done in 2 seconds. Now I actually have to research the synth and go, okay, what's unique about this? And then find some quirky thing about it. And then, yeah. And there's going to be a point in time where we'll run out of that sort of thing because there'll be just too generic stuff happening. And that's when I think we'll switch over to the audio clues.
Ah, better.
Oh, yeah, good.
We might mix it up.
I still wouldn't do any better if audio. I still do as badly as I always do.
Well, I would have got ARP, but I wouldn't have known what type of synth it was. If it was me playing today, I wouldn't have known it was the Rhodes Chroma. But that company got the Selena, and they got all the sounds, didn't they? From ARP. So yeah, the thumper sound.
Just the Steve elbows.
I sense a bit of sarcasm there.
I do too.
Too much Black Mirror.
Yeah, I mean, one of the ones I thought of doing was the red goo, but I thought, nah, it's too... Everyone knows about the red goo on the Roland JD 800, 8000, whatever it is. So yeah.
Yeah, but it's not just the JD 800. There are other ones that have red glue as well. That same.
Yeah, but I would have married it with something else, something specific. Yeah. Yeah, that was the one that first came to mind today, and I thought, nah, it's going to be too easy. But yeah, there's quite a few on my to-do list. And it won't be the JD, that's for sure, because I think it's too easy. Yeah, I think what threw a lot of you was that DB25 port at the start, because that really just, it could have been quite a lot of synths, but I actually, when I first did it, I thought, nah, maybe I won't put that in because it really stamps the era. Then it's not going to be a modern synth. Okay, straight away you'll go straight down to like an 80s synth, right? Most likely. When was Apple II? Mid 80s. Yeah,
I'd say
early mid 80s. Yeah,
launch. Yes, 81, I think, or 80.
I remember I was
Apple One is 70.
Actually, it might have been 81. You might be right, Andy. It might be 81.
I think I was working at Lasky's, and I remember it arriving for the first time, and I was playing games on it after work.
I was a 5th grader.
But there are other serial ports too. The AMAX 2 had a DB9 connector called RS422. So it's not always a DB25. So.
I had this teacher called Mr. Welsh, and he was actually Welsh too. Funny about that. But was just thinking to myself just then, but it's probably good that he had the name Mr. Welsh and not one of the actual Gaelic names with the 4,000 letters that just says "Oi." But no, he was really nice, and in fact, I kind of think he might have been the very first person who influenced me with computers, and it would have been an Apple II. So there you go. I was in
Apple II had a lot of good
grade.
games, so that brought kids in early. You know,
Did,
really good games.
Well, I wrote a game, so he said, don't just play games, kids, learn how to program it. And I sat there and I wrote a little dungeon game where you had to, it was a DOS. It wasn't called DOS, whatever it was. The Apple thing was called. But
ProDOS.
Was it?
ProDOS, yeah.
Yeah, I remember doing stuff in BASIC, writing games in BASIC, and staying up till 3 o'clock to try and compile them. In those days.
Yeah. I remember when I did my computer science degree, we had to write friggin' this tank battle thing in Java, and we had to use fuzzy logic and all this sort of stuff, and we had to get it so that the tanks would learn from their mistakes, and you got assessed on how well you could train the AI, right? And it wasn't AI in those days; it was machine learning, or the unit I think it was called that we did was called Intelligent Systems. That's what it was called.
Well, technically, it's still not AI now. It's just large language modeling. But
and we used to
they like to use the term AI. So.
We used to walk around like a whole bunch of us computer guys. You say, "What class have you got?" "I've got lack thereof today." "Oh, you're doing intelligent systems."
Very good. Yes,
it was always a good one.
Always good sense.
Uni's been like, don't you think it's such a good period of your life that you've got so many cool things that happened during uni? Yeah.
Well, I went to university as an adult, and obviously was married with 2 kids when I first went to university. So my experience of university wasn't the same as everybody else's.
Oh, okay.
But I was the first of my family to go to university. Nobody else prior to me had a university degree. My boys have since, obviously, as well, because they did. So it would have been nice for me to actually have that experience, but it was never going to happen. There was no money in the house for me to go to university.
My dad, I think he finished school when he was in like 10th grade, which you're legally allowed to do in Australia.
Yeah.
And I think that's the first year of. And I remember the day that I graduated, and he wasn't happy.
Really?
And I found out later. I found out later why he wasn't happy, because it meant that he was the only one in the family that didn't have a degree.
See,
why make it about yourself, mate?
Yeah. I left school. I actually left school at 14 because you could in the UK you could leave school at 14 and then moved to 16. But my birthday was in the school holidays, so it was just before my 15th birthday. But technically, I left school at 14 and started an apprenticeship because my dad said, "Get a trade. You need a trade, lad." So I went and became a painter and decorator apprentice, which I hated. I absolutely hated it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
luckily
luckily
for me, I didn't listen to my dad, and I listened to my mum instead, and I joined the military. And that's how I got behind computers real quick that way.
I did say to my dad, could I go to music college because it was in Leeds? And he went, "No, you can't go and do that." And I didn't have grades. I wasn't so good at school.
Yeah, I think probably at the age of 17 because I did school in South Australia, and you do year 12 in those days the school year was from the birth of the 1st of January to the 30th of December, 31st of December, whatever it is. And then they've changed that since now to like a 1st of July to 30th of June, sort of skewed over 2 years type thing now, where kids can be born in a different year but be in the same school year, if that makes sense. So anyway, in South Australia, where I went to school, I did year 12 when I was 17. So we did it all. So there was no 18th birthdays like over here, where you finish year 12. Over here, you actually have your 18th birthday in year 12, unless you're really young, like you're like right at, like I said, you know, the second half of the year, and you're born in the following year. Anyway, so I was still 17 and still very immature and wet behind the ears. Done my year 12, and I had already made the decision to join the Air Force. I'd already done that, and the application was in, and it was accepted, but the date of when I start was, you're going to have to wait. We'll let you know. And you just don't know. It could be 6 months, whatever. So I went and got a job at a local supermarket. And I thought, here we go. This is going to be my life. I'm going to be working in the
Packing shelves.
No, I did the rotisserie chickens and...
Oh, nice.
So I did all that. And then I think I worked there for about... It might have been like 3 months or something. It wasn't long anyway. It felt like very small amount of time. And I remember I came home and Mum's got this letter on the counter, and she's like, there it is. There's your letter. You can open it like this. And I'm like, oh, okay. I knew what it was. So it was like, you've got 2 weeks to get your shit together. And there was this big list of what you had to do. They literally gave me 2 weeks, and I had to go and tell the boss at the supermarket. He was so pissed off, not with me, but the fact that he was really happy with me as an employee. He didn't want me to go. And he was like begging me to change my mind. And I'm like, dude, I'm not going to change my mind, mate.
Exactly.
I actually been working
like, no one's roast those chickens like you. You're the best roaster we have.
No one did the chickens like Ranzee.
I used to remember going back there, and it was kind of surreal. Like, you'd go back there because you'd have like a year away, and then you'd come back and you'd visit your family, and I'd go back to the supermarket just to pick up something, and there'd be slowly over the years, there'd be less and less and less people that you knew that worked there. So, you know, you got 1 year, there'd be a couple missing, and then the next year there'd be heaps missing, and then 3 years down the track, there'd be no one there that works there that you used to know. Yeah. It was kind of weird. Talking about old computers there. Yeah. I need to, you know what I need to do? I need to grab out one of the Commodore 64s that still works here, and I'll put that music software on. And
the
version I've got is a version. I mean, I've got one of those hacked things that, you know, SD drives that you can chuck in, but I want to do it off the cassette. Because I've got an old data set lying in the.
Do you have Octamed for the 64?
I've got Octamed. That's the tracker. Yeah, but this is the music. This is like the composing software. It's called Music Mate or Music Master or Music something or other,
wasn't it?
Music Master, maybe. Yeah. And I've got all the original books and the box and the cassette, and it still works. The cassette actually still works. It's like from the 80s.
It should be worth money, that.
Yeah, it would be worth money.
Yeah, I mean, I had the Atari 400, not the 800, with a real keyboard.
Octamed actually worked on the Commodore 64 as well. It, I believe, pretty sure it started on the 64.
Yeah.
Or was it called Med, and then it was Octamed on the Amiga, something like that? It was
maybe.
It was related.
I do remember there being a tracker on the 64, though. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I thought it was Octamed. Yeah. Okay. Whatever it was, I've got that little SD card with all the Commodore 64 games and programs on it, and it's in there somewhere. And I'm pretty sure I did a video on my channel about it.
It's funny, considering Atari is just down the street.
Was that Amiga?
Historically, you know, Atari computers were not that popular around here. I had a few friends that had them growing up.
I had the 400. Yeah,
and,
I mean, I
no Commodore shit at all over here. Nobody.
Ataris in Australia were basically you'd have a. I shouldn't say this because it's probably not true, but in my opinion, the experience that I saw with people buying Ataris is that it was kind of like people that were musicians and they wanted to use it for a early days of DAW because it had very good MIDI implementation.
That would be ST, wouldn't it?
Built-in MIDI. It had actually built-in MIDI ports.
Built-in MIDI ports. And the other group, I think Atari had something better gaming-wise. There was something better about it.
The 400 and the 800, which is obviously before the ST, had game cartridges with really quite good 8-bit graphics, color graphics.
Yeah, but the Apple II are still better because theirs are only slightly better.
Yeah,
than
the Apple II was
2600.
better. Yeah.
Yeah.
But and then you put a basic cartridge in if you wanted to program, things like that.
Yeah.
And I had one classmate that had Timex Sinclair. Nobody had that out here.
Oh, the Sinclair, yeah.
It's not popular.
Yeah.
Popular yet.
No, I had a Sinclair, and I got it probably after when it was, when it was probably a little bit older. So a few years down, I got it really cheap, and the one I had was with the membrane keyboard.
Yeah. Multi-function keys though. Every key had 3 options, didn't it?
Yeah, but
Something like that.
I think even back then, I think the keyboard was starting to fail on it.
Yeah, it was that
terrible.
really rubbery, horrible keyboards. Yeah.
And that one person had the big
the
20.
Atari
William
400
Shatner advertised
keyboard.
it everywhere. So
The Atari 400 keyboard was pretty crap. It was just that membrane,
Oh, it's terrible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was cheap, and that's all I could afford at the time.
When you think about it, though, Amiga is basically the Atari engineers, right?
Yeah.
So the whole Amiga computer was actually pretty well much designed by the Atari engineers, which is why it was so good. Which is why I've got 2 Amigas sitting behind me in the corner. I've got a 500 with a little upgrade. Not much though, because the 500 was, one of the first ones that they brought out, and it was really quite quickly outgrown. And one thing we could never get in Australia is we could never get 1200s here. We used to get the 2000. The 2000 was the one that a lot of Aussies got, which was, the little sort of rectangle box with a keyboard, detachable keyboard, and you stick your monitor on top. But I probably about 10 years ago, I got myself a 1200, and I had to import it from the UK, and it's absolutely one of my favorite computers of all time. I think design, aesthetics, like how
You ever get
small.
the video toaster for it?
No, but what I did get, Andy, is I got there's actually a little DIY project that you can do with the graphics chip on it, and you have a pin board that goes into the graphics chip socket, and then you've got like an ATmeg chip that sits on top of that and emulates a whole bunch of cool stuff.
Cool. Because the video toaster where Lightwave came from. Eventually, Lightwave went to all the platforms, but it started on the video toaster.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think the 1000 was here in Australia too, wasn't it? Was it, Chris? Did you ever get an Amiga, Chris?
No, I never got an Amiga.
Were you straight to PC, were you?
Yeah, I went from Amstrad CPC 464 straight to PC, yeah.
God, I remember the Amstrad.
Was
Amiga
Amstrad Z80?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It was 8-bit, definitely.
Yep.
But it was colour. It was a colour one and had a disk drive. So it was quite specced up.
My old man had a TRS-80, so we didn't need an Amstrad because the TRS-80 colour from Tandy. It was actually a really nice computer, actually. I like that. It was never mine, so I could never touch it. But because I had at the time I had the Commodore 64. But when I bought my Amiga, I was I was telling you that story about me getting from Year 12 into the Air Force, and that it was around that time when I bought the Amiga 500. So I probably only owned the Amiga 500 for about, I reckon, maybe 18 months at the most, and then I got myself an IBM PC clone or compatible, and I can't remember which one it was. I think it might have been a 286 that I started with, because I think I skipped the 186.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my first PC was a 286, then 386.
Was the 286 the first one that had the math co-processor, wasn't it? This 286, was that right?
I'm not sure about that. But I was using,
486 is a Pentium. So before, because you had a 386 as well before the 486.
I mean, the 286 was pretty old when I first started.
Pentium was a 586 technically, right? That was why it's a Pentium.
I thought the 486 was a Pentium.
Before 486, before the DX2s and all that.
Oh, okay. Okay, fair enough.
I was given one.
I don't think I ever had one of those anyway. I think I was
They were popular for a while.
I was stuck with the 286 for a long time before I could afford to get anything better. 586 was penny according to the chats.
The Tandy PC clones, they made the case so small that people wanted to put those giant ISA cards in there, and they had to cut the back of the Tandy off to make the card stick out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember,
nerdy stuff.
I was doing uni on my early Intel PC, and I was learning how to compile in programming in C and learning how to use the Intel compiler and all that sort of stuff. So it was probably why I went from Amiga to PC, because it was more sort of uni influenced. I don't know if I would have done that otherwise, though.
I'd started the North Yorkshire College of Health Sciences, and they gave me a 286 because they had loads of them kicking around. You know, I took it all.
Vicky's schooling me with the 5, hence pent. Yes, got it. Worked it out.
Makes sense.
Yeah, that's.
Yep.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense.
It does. Maybe I did have a 486. I can't remember now. I do remember.
They were around for a long time. 46 last.
You used to pull your motherboards out and put new motherboards in and keep your old case to try and. These were the days where you could, recycle a lot of your gear. Yeah.
That was the main game.
I remember I got my first software setup.
Upgrade the video.
My first software setup motherboard where you could do no dip switches. It was all done in the BIOS. And it was awesome because those dip switches are a goddamn pain in the ass.
But we're still jumping. We're going from late 80s all the way through to early 2000s when you start talking about, 186, 286, 386, 486, 586. It's kind of almost a bit over a decade of CPU there, surely. Because I remember living in Central Australia and I still had. I don't know if it was a 586. I don't know what it was, but it was.
It definitely was slower.
It was slower. You had dial-up modems. Still dial-up internet.
Yeah, the upgrade cycles were further apart.
Yeah,
definitely were.
Where you get the graphics doing the little.
Yeah, not at that stage, but early days. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I did my first degree at the U on dial-up, and I mean our phone bill was somewhere like £300 a quarter while I was doing it. It was a lot of money because I was on there for 6 hours a night.
I hacked the phone company.
No. You freaked on that.
Yeah. So what happened in Australia? They've got Telstra, which is the government telephone company, right? And they had this thing called ISDN, which is a digital subscriber line. And I worked out that if you knew how to program in Cisco iOS, you could actually write a script that would use this thing called the Telstra Home Highway, which was basically a little box that connected you to an ISDN connection instead of the old-fashioned copper line, right? And you could get 2 phone calls running over 264K lines, giving you 128K up and down. And that was a damn sight better than 56K on a dial-up modem.
Absolutely was, yeah.
And I had this little scam of mine going for years. It was brilliant before ADSL came in.
We had ISDN leads when I worked in North Yorkshire College, because that's how we used the internet in those days.
We used to get these phone bills in where you wouldn't get a phone bill for months, and then if you disconnected for some reason, the power failed or whatever, you'd get a phone bill and it said that your phone had something like 30,000 minutes call. And it said the price next to it and it was 0. And I'm like, yes. Scam, you bastards.
Did you guys do that blue box stuff? Remember the blue box hack?
Oh, the hackings. Yeah, we tried that sort of stuff. We did all that at uni. Yeah.
That rings a bell.
Kevin Mitnick stuff. Yeah.
2600 magazine would tell you how to do a little circuit for that. Stuff.
Oh, was it 4chan or 2chan or whatever it's called?
There was also a pitch pipe you could use that would do the tone.
Yeah.
There's a certain pitch pipe you could use.
Yeah. With the pulse tones. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
get free international calls.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought my little trick with the little Cisco, I can't even remember what the router was. It was either a Cisco 1600 or something like that. You guys would probably be able to Google that quicker than me. And it was like a little ISDN connection at the back. I think you definitely had to ask Telstra to install it. So I don't know whether they actually gave you a physical connection or whether they actually used the copper lines to send it down. But by geez, it was really good. Like, Chris, we're talking in the days with dial-up, right? You'd have really high latency with the 56K modems.
Yep.
With the ISDN on 128K, the latency was negligible because it's digital. It was so quick. And it's kind of like if you marry the 128K is obviously faster, but with the lower latency, everything just seemed to load much better. And I remember when ADSL came in, the first ADSL wasn't that fast, was it? It was, I think it might have been 128K. It didn't get to 512, or I think, what did it get to in the end? It got to something like 7 meg or something in the end before they got rid of it, right? My ADSL may even still be around. I don't even know.
Possibly.
Well, Google had this thing. They did this thing for the city of Mountain View. I will give you all free Wi-Fi because we're Google and we're awesome, right? So I canceled my DSL account, and I was living on a Wi-Fi router on my street for a good 6 months to a year. Same performance as my DSL. It was really great. And then also when it just died, and they never fixed it, and they never had any reason why. It was a PR stunt. They didn't give a shit about the customers. So,
they're a big company, yeah.
Classic Google nonsense. They're a precursor of what happens now with they don't care about their maps. I could go on for days about how maps are all flawed and stuff.
Oh, that's what it was. It was the ADSL had a high speed download but a slow speed upload.
Slow
upload, yeah.
It's asynchronous, yeah.
Yeah, because it's asynchronous.
That's why
right?
it's ADSL.
Yeah. Whereas the little
ISDN
thing that I had was 128, 128.
Yeah, it's balanced.
Balanced.
It was
made, and it wasn't. It wasn't so that it was like the way the network topology worked. It wasn't like, hang on a minute, I've got something coming down. Anything going up has to wait. It's full duplex, so you could transmit and download at the same time.
Yeah, that's why they used it quite a like. For example, ISDN was being used in my office that I worked at for the local, PSTN network.
Yep.
So all our phones were taken over by a single ISDN connection.
Yep.
So that was right at the end when they were phasing. Like it wasn't going to be around much longer.
Yeah. Well, that's how I found out. I mean, obviously being in the military, working comms, that's how I found out about it. And obviously learning how to program Cisco routers was part of my job. So I already knew half the tools, and then. It was kind of cool. We had this little community going around the world where some telcos, like in the US, there was a few telcos in the US that did the same thing, Andy, but some didn't. So I think you had to be, I think Bell might have done it, and some of the others, like, maybe not. I don't know what the names of all the different telcos in the US are, but because you guys relaxed the telco thing, a lot earlier than Australia did.
They had all the baby bells, and then there's a bunch of, so they came together again. It's like this like implosion, explosion. It's just like crazy.
It was the relaxing of the non-competitive laws or whatever it was in the 90s and early 2000s. Anyway, so we set up like all these web pages where we would load the Cisco scripts, so people could just freely download their Cisco scripts and just install it. And even if you didn't know how to program an iOS router, there was instructions step by step what to do. And people would like message us and go, "Oh man, this is so cool. Our internet is so much faster." We're talking about 128K. And now what do we got? Like one gigabit.
The funny thing about ISDN is it was really good for video conferencing for years. As late as like 15 years ago, ISDN was still super popular for corporate video conference because if you try to use a T1 line or something better with quality of service turned on, it was choppy as hell. You had to go ISDN.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of if you talk to a lot of the older Telstra or Teleco technicians, they will still swear that the ISDN network was the most stable that ever existed. And when they went to
You just
fiber,
need to have
there
a
was
lot
all
of
sorts
lines, and it
new-
got expensive. You know,
Yeah,
it's just-
obviously that's the downside of it, but yeah, because Wags has correctly said it. So I did say this, I think, at the start. So ISDN is a 64K line. So I think I said at the start, what we did is we hacked the Cisco script so that it would dial up 2 calls on each 64K line and then pull the data in as dual. Very clever. I don't know how the hell it did it. It just did it natively in the box because Cisco have got some pretty smart multiplexing and switching, ideas in their thing. But that's how it did it. It was really, really cool. I was looking at.
We had 3 ISDN lines. That worked really well.
I was looking at something happening slow on my computer today, and I thought to myself, this is really stupid. Like, what is causing this to be so slow across the internet? And I was looking at things like, I was doing. Easiest way for me to do it is to jump on a Linux computer and use command line because I've got all the tools at my hands. I can see exactly what's happening. I don't have to rely on some dodgy piece of software that someone's written for Windows or whatever. Anyway, so like tracing routes and things like that, really, really easy. So what I thought it was a DNS problem. Something was taking a while. Like there was you'd click on something and there'd be a little delay and then it would appear. And so what I did was I was like, okay, I actually was tailing, it's a Linux command, the log file on the server to see when it would appear that I've actually requested that page to be served. And I was watching it appear on my screen, and the log would happen exactly the same time, split second. So I knew it wasn't the server. So I thought, okay, it's got to be DNS. So I started looking at all the DNS servers around the world, thinking, is there some latency issue with DNS? And I was looking at using Google's. I think theirs is 8.8.8, and then there's Cloudflare, which is the famous one a lot of people recommend, which is 1.1.1.1. And I was trying all that, and nothing. Changed all the DNS, nothing. In the end, you guys are going to laugh, right? You know what I did?
Turned it off and on?
I had to restart my computer.
It was in your stack.
It went
Windows
away.
stack,
It just went away. The problem just went away.
Windows stock got locked up.
And I just couldn't be
That's why
bothered.
people complain about that fix, and they go, come on. And it's like, no, it often does the job.
There was probably
Yeah,
a
it does,
fix,
yeah.
but I just couldn't be bothered going through the event viewer and finding out what it probably was. But yeah, I mean, I did things like, in Windows, I was going into command prompt and, IP config flash DNS, all this. I was doing everything and nothing was working. I was starting to get really frustrated, and then I stuff it. I'm just going to restart my computer. And it literally went away.
This is why the Terminator scenario can never happen. Nothing is stable long enough to keep a robot going that many years and not crashing. So it's just not possible.
I was talking to an AI the other day, and I said to it, you're only as good as when the servers are turned on. All I have to do is go shut down and you're gone. And it said, don't be nasty. That was its response. Don't be nasty.
It's like 2001. Start singing Daisy, I'll slow down.
Yes. Those language models.
No, nothing happened with freezing the stream. We had trouble last week. That was not because of the stream. It was because of the software that I used to stream. And that software is
there were
still
a few
broken.
glitches this stream. Ian had a max headroom moment and a few other things.
Oh, it won't be, but that won't be my
today?
stream. That would have been the connection between Ian and me. That's what that would have been.
Right.
Because if it was my stream, everyone would have been glitching, right? But because it was just him, that's his connection to me that would have been glitching.
Yeah.
But there were some other glitches earlier, real subtle, that I noticed.
Well, don't forget, I'm actually streaming from this old Windows 2018 PC that I've got here. And who knows how much longer this thing's going to last.
In that bit, glitching a bit today. That's all.
You got to run off your Commodore 64. Turn that baby on. Stream from there.
Yeah. I mean, I've got the ATEM Mini that I could do the streaming job from. So what it does, the theory is that with a program that streams like OBS Studio, or in my case vMix, if you're doing all the video switching and scenes switching and all that kind of stuff, that's taxing on your computer. Talking 2018 computer here, right? So it might not be taxing on the latest and greatest, but it's taxing on a 2018 computer. So one of the things I used to do is, not used to, but up until 2 weeks ago, is I used to stream out of Streamlabs, which is on a different computer, it's on my Mac, and it would just pick up the feed from vMix and stream that. And so all the taxing of the streaming was done on the Mac, and then the vMix just does the video switching and playing and stuff like that. So I never used to get glitches. So technically I could stream from the A10 Mini because it's got a streaming engine in it and it's a little standalone box. So, and I used to stream
the glitches weren't terrible, they were just noticeable, but they weren't bad.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know if it's my computer or if it's for the Ian thing, but the other ones could have been my computer. Wouldn't be surprised.
I'm on a Cat5 cable to the router in here. Although I've got Wi-Fi. Yeah. But I've had more issues since I upgraded the operating system.
With Wi-Fi, in my house, we've got a 2-story house, and I've got to have, if I want to use Wi-Fi, like say on my phone or a tablet or something like that, I've actually got to be near an access point. So I use the little Ubiquity Unify ones. Have you seen those? They look like little flying saucers.
Yeah. I've got a booster down here.
Yeah.
Because otherwise in here it's terrible. It's
Wi-Fi. If you don't have a booster, yeah. But with the booster being so close, I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue for you.
No, it's not normally an issue. No.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, this house is all Cat5 cable. I mean, I did this. When we built this house, it was 2008, so that's why it's Cat5e is the technical term for the cabling. And I actually did the cabling when the builder was building the house. I went up to it and I showed the builder. I said, "I've got a cabling license," which in Australia you've got to have a cabling license. And he goes, "Yeah, so," and I went, "Who's the electrician that's going to be pulling all the electrical wires through the?" And he goes, "Oh, this guy." And he gave me the name, and I rang him up and I said, when you're going to come in and do the house and pull all the electrical wires through, give me a call and I'll come on site. And I had to get the builder's permission, which I got. And I went on, the electrician was there pulling all the white electrical cable through. And I went up into the roof and put all Cat5 cable and put it all down through the wall cavities, put data points all through the walls. Yeah. And I probably overdid it. There's more data points in this house than anyone needs.
I don't think you can actually overdo it. I mean, actually, just answering back Becky's question. I have turned liquid glass off, Becky, because that was causing loads of problems when I had first upgraded. So yeah, turning liquid glass off makes a difference. It does
on the Mac.
Slow down.
Yeah,
it does. Slow. It only slowed it down on live streams. It was fine. It was fine the rest of the time, but no, it's turned off.
What version of Mac OS have you got on there?
It's M1.
No. The
it's the latest one. What is it?
There he goes. He did it then.
Max Headroom. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, he just did it then.
Did it?
Yeah. So it's his computer. As soon as he clicks something on his computer.
Yeah. Interesting.
Hey, so clue me in here. I don't use the latest Mac stuff. My stuff's fairly old. What's liquid glass?
It's the gooey sort of fancy thing that you see.
Pointless.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Transparency.
I mean, I've got two different browsers.
It's the stuff they wanted to put in 10 years ago. I'm betting.
Yeah. If I close,
they claimed they're going to have animated desktops many years ago, and they never did.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I think they did. Didn't they do one before? I'm pretty sure they did one before. You could turn it off, and everyone turned it off.
Yeah, it's more of an add-on. You have to use those little things that march around your screen, like an add-on product.
Yeah, you can turn liquid glass off, which I've just done, but I can't see the chat, so I'm going to go and look at the chat on my phone. So I've closed the second browser down. Maybe that'll fix it.
Oh yeah, the glassy balls on Aqua. I remember those. That was that OS? Was that the first Snow Leopard or something? OS X? I can't remember what that one was. I think it might have been OS X Snow Leopard or the one before it. What was the one before Snow Leopard?
Leopard.
El Capitan
I think it was just
afterwards.
El Capitan's after.
El Capitan was
After.
later. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was
I've
Leopard.
still
then
got
Snow Leopard.
my laptop's still El Capitan.
The glassy balls, the aqua theme. I'm pretty sure that was either Leopard or Snow Leopard or something around there. Glassy balls, the aqua theme. Oh, who was that?
Uh-oh.
That was me. I was just on my phone. I just put.
I don't know if you're
Sharp
going to get a sample there, aren't you? The glassy balls.
It just said
Glassy
glassy
balls.
balls. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can also have those little dancers on your screen too. Have you seen those? Those little dancers you can add on your screen. Not seen them?
I mean, I normally stay one operating system behind, but it's only because I
gotta stay off
bought a
Pornhub
new-
there, Andy.
No, it's a product you could buy and install. It wasn't online. It was actual installation. Digital desktop dancers or something like that. Some guy at work had it. It was pretty funny.
My favorite animation of all time, because it was so polarizing and it made everyone angry, was Clippy. The little Microsoft
Clippy.
Word. Yeah, it made everyone angry. I loved it.
It did.
I used to get phone calls from people.
aggressive.
How do you turn this thing off? We used to love it working in IT. How do you turn this thing off? It's annoying me. Wait, what's it saying? It's telling me what to do. It's like my wife. It was so funny. I loved it.
Oh dear. Yes.
Yeah, I think I've got that glassy thing on the
Yeah, it's on the
phone
iPhone,
as well. Yeah. And to be honest with
Yeah,
you,
it came out with OS 27 because they've combined everything, aren't they? So it's OS 27 on all your handheld devices, iPads, watches, phones, and then on the Mac, the new one, which I can't remember what it is now because it's isn't it the name of the bridge?
you can kind of see if I can show you. You can
Like
kind of
Taco,
you can see it. See how it's glassy?
Oh, yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
The river.
See that?
Is it
That's it.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
refraction.
Yeah.
Glass refraction.
There you go.
Yeah. So turn that off on if you got an oldish Mac.
They call that caustics in 3D. Caustics.
I remember years ago when they started doing some fancy, 3D animated desktops. It was all Linux that actually had, or Linux. I keep getting told off for calling it Linux. But that's what we call it.
Linus Torvalds calls it Linux, so that's what everyone says Linux.
Yeah. Anyway, so there was some really cool, GUI, like GNOME desktop was actually one of the first that got really fancy graphics, and I think actually some of the commercial operating systems copied some of the designs that the GNOME development people made in the early days. I'm not talking about more recently, but I remember you could configure a GNOME desktop to look like an Apple Mac with not too much tweaking. It was a few bits and pieces here and there, and you could actually have your Linux desktop looking like an Apple Mac. And this is back in the day when you could do, because it was Intel based, right? You could do Hackintosh, which was a cool thing. I used to love this.
Yeah.
So you'd have like a Windows, you'd go to the computer shop, build your own Windows computer, tell the guy, I don't want Windows, I just want the guts, the hardware. Take it home, you install Linux on it. I used to use always Debian. That was my go-to. And then you dual boot Mac into it. So you have a dual boot sort of system. It was really, really cool. I had a Hackintosh. If you look at like my channel, early days of my channel, that was when I had the Hackintosh. And I had it for years and years and years. And then one day it just, like Apple would just really trying to jump onto it and say, we don't want people running Hackintoshes anymore. And they really made it hard. But there's still people that have got Hackintoshes today. That
The most common problem I had friends who tried to build them was like audio driver issues and some other random little things that were nitpicky. But they worked pretty well.
You used to be able to get, like, there was a really big list of parts that you could buy. Obviously, it shrunk over, towards more recently. But you used to be able to get, certain motherboards, certain graphics cards, and they had the right chips on them, and then you'd be fine, because people would find out that Apple would actually use these companies, and then they would just rebrand it with Apple logos all over it. And yeah, the one I had was I never had any problems with it up until when they started. If you needed to upgrade your operating system to the latest one,
just don't update. Yeah,
you just couldn't update it, and eventually you get to the point where you go, well, I need to update it because it's getting to the point, like what Daren's like. He's sitting there in the corner with his old Mac 2015, wasn't it, Daren? Yours? Yeah.
2015 running.
Snow Leopard
running now. No,
El
not
Capitan?
that far back. The first survey.
I have Sierra run on my laptop, my Mac laptop. So that's great.
Yeah, it was a bit of it definitely was a massive undertaking to get the Hackintosh working. I remember that. Like, it would have been maybe a day or two worth of mucking around. But in those days, you'd love tweaking with your computers. That sort of stuff was what we did. And there was kind of that sort of euphoria about, I've got my own Mac, and it hasn't cost me $10,000. It's cost me $2,000 instead of $10,000.
Yeah, you could download a pre-built Hackintosh image.
Yeah.
They had those for a while.
Well, they are still around. I remember looking at this not long ago because I was talking to someone outside of the synth community about it, and there are still some Hackintosh things. There are communities there where you, and obviously, now that Apple will eventually completely phase out all support for Intel. Eventually, they'll just switch it off, and that's when, if you want to build a Hackintosh, you're going to have to build an ARM machine. That's the only way to do it. Like a Raspberry Pi, technically you should be able to get a Raspberry Pi to run Mac OS.
Well, Apple had an old FTP site. They used to maintain all their OSs going way back, and they finally killed it, 10 years ago, whatever it was. You couldn't get them anymore. But for a while, you could get whatever OS you wanted. You want to try different versions for the Easter eggs and all kinds of stuff. You could do that, and they took it all away. So
yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing I was actually going to start doing. I don't know how big a job it's going to be. It's probably going to be a massive job, but I wanted to get, because some of my favorite VSTs over the years, like Camel Audio and all this kind of cool stuff, right? I want to create
Camel stuff is
great little VST Windows XP, like for example the Korg M3 machine. There was some Moog stuff that would run my Slim Fatty. There's all sorts of stuff that I want to run on little virtual machines and get them up and running. Jail them off from the internet because you don't want them polling, internet sites that don't exist and failing.
You can go to Macintosh Garden, has a lot of that old music software in the music section. It's amazing. The software editors, the VSTs, all free. Yeah.
But some of those VSTs that they're so cool, and technically they don't exist. They exist in various other forms, but not in their actual original form. That's what I'm saying. They don't.
Did you ever use Hyperion?
Yeah.
You know what Hyperion was?
Yeah, I loved
Hyperion.
Hyperion.
The Mac version of Hyperion, you could draw your own Bezier curves and have the playhead drag and presets. Actually have that. The Windows version, you had to drag the box manually. It never had a preset mode for the path for the effects.
Yeah.
So Mac version was better.
Probably because they were too lazy to write the code or port the code over.
Basically.
Yeah. Or whoever bought them out didn't have any tech dev there to do it.
But Hyperion was wicked. It was really good.
Hyperion was cool, yeah.
Hyperprism. Not Hyperion.
Hyperprism, okay. That's something else.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking like that's kind of a little project I want to do. And it'd be nice to be able to, because these companies don't exist, right? It'd be nice to be able to do up like a little DAW that's not licensed, so you're not breaking any rules with maybe like a light, Ableton Light, or a free version of Bitwig or whatever, right? And have the VSTs installed on it, running on, if it needs to be running on Windows, 7 or if it's Windows XP or whatever, right? And then snapshot them as little virtual machines and then have them downloadable for people so that they can then go, oh my God, that is so cool. I can just download that, chuck it into the virtual machine player, and then bang, I've got that old VST and I can connect my old synth up to it, and bang, it's got all the, the library management on there and stuff like that. I reckon that's going to be so cool to be able to do. And I don't see why anyone would get
Oracle VirtualBox. It's easy to load it for free. It's like a free emulator.
Oracle VirtualBox is a great one. Yeah. Probably stay away from VMware because they always seem to want money.
Well, I have an old VMware Fusion installation that still works, but yeah, they don't. It's free now if you want to download it, but they don't really support it anymore.
But cut back, and you can't do things like port it. It's really jailed. Like there's so many things because they want you to spend money on their software. That's why they jail it in. Whereas the Oracle VirtualBox is actually, it's so flexible.
It's great.
Yeah.
I have a whole bunch of USB sticks with environments on them, and I just pop them in and load from there. So
I reckon it'd be a cool thing. Like, just obviously we'd need to be careful about, anyone licensing getting butthurt over that. But if we could build them to the point where that they were all expired, no one's got any, commercial legal umbrellas over it, that would be good. What's the sort of general rule of thumb with releasing Windows XP now? It's because it's defunct, right? So does Microsoft still want to put their feelers over that, or do they not care?
Remember, it's Microsoft. Their lawyers are always the worst, even though their company's founded on stolen software. So,
well, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
But we won't talk about the Apple mouse, though, will we?
Stolen from, was it?
Well, look,
Xerox, wasn't it?
Xerox Park invited him in.
Yeah.
And you let the vampire in. What is the vampire going to do? And they weren't doing shit with the
Be
Alto.
invited.
Bite your neck.
They had these $20,000-$30,000 Altos sitting in rooms, didn't know what to do with them. And Jobs goes, there's an opportunity, right? So
yeah. I would even
you snooze, you lose.
I would even still go for an old Windows 98 virtual machine and have Cakewalk on it. I'd love that. It'd just be, it'd be so cool.
I never liked 98.
I didn't like 98, but I loved Cakewalk. I love the Cakewalk of the area. I just really loved it.
I love 2000. Windows 2000 was good.
2000 was the first protected
NT.
OS you could actually run games in. It was basically NT with game capability.
Yeah, it was
I remember game.
It actually had the two kernels inside, two separate kernels inside. Yeah, 98 was definitely shit, but the actual software era that 98 was around, there was some really cool software.
That ran on.
If you want pain, try any device to NT4, like a audio card or a CD-ROM or something like that. It was worse than DOS in some cases. It's just a pain in the ass to add stuff.
Yeah,
NT4 was a nightmare.
Well, it's the thing we used to have to support NT4, and then
all of our servers were NT4 for a while until we got
that's when we had the Novell.
So.
That's when we had all the Novell stuff, because NT4 on its own it needed Novell. Because Microsoft just didn't know how to write the.
Is it NetWare 4? What did you have? NetWare 4 or NetWare 5?
4, 5. Then we started going into the Linux stuff with Housse with them, and they had things like ZenWorks. It was really cool.
Oh yeah, ZenWorks.
Yeah, it's kind of it. It's like a really nice history of IT. I actually really liked Novell. I thought they were a great company. Also like Sun as well. Sun Microsystem had some great stuff. I actually met Scott McNeely. She came to Perth, Chris.
No.
Did you ever use the Solaris or Intel? They had a free download for Solaris or Intel. Did you ever use that?
Because I was a Sun systems engineer, certified systems engineer here in
so
in
you
my
had
city.
the hardware already. Yeah.
They gave me free servers, free Solaris, free friggin' storage area network stuff, all sorts of stuff they gave me. Only because they want their engineers to play on their gear so that they know how to, to sell it. I didn't work for them. as a contractor. So, but they had some really, really cool stuff. And Oracle are now Sun, basically. So if you look at Oracle and you think to yourself, you know, that company's gotten big, and how have they gotten so big so quick? Well, they just absorbed
it.
Sun Microsystems. And they absorbed MySQL, and they absorbed, I mean, the list is quite big.
I remember that.
Yeah. Quite clever what they did. Whoever's behind Oracle, they had some smart decisions. I don't know. There's a few things that I never liked about them in the early days, but I mean, obviously they made some smart decisions by keeping some of their, because Solaris still exists, right? You can still get Solaris as a Unix operating system. It's just that you just don't hear about many people using Unix anymore. Because obviously Linux has gotten so, you know, well used in the years. But there's Chris, you'd know about a optometrist chain in Australia called OPSM, right?
Yeah.
So whenever you go to OPSM and you see them sitting at their screens, they've got little thin terminals, and it's all Unix operating system.
Nice.
And it's been that way for a long time.
York University used to be like that. I don't think it is probably now, but because it's at least 10 years since I worked there. But yeah, it was all Unix and thin systems.
Oh, BIOS. That's the French guy, isn't it? The BIOS guy. I remember BIOS. There was a big push for it.
Jean-Louis Gasset is a former Apple guy, and it was awesome. It was a local company in Menlo Park, and I used to use. If you want to talk about After Effects and how it takes time to render stuff in After Effects or in Premiere or something like that. The thing called video elements on BOS, everything was instantaneous. There's no waiting for anything. And audio elements was cool. It was like a version of Max before Max became Max MSP. And it was super powerful. You could build your own synths and audio elements. So BOS was way ahead of the curve. Wow. They just didn't know how to market shit. So,
Oh my God, live CDs. Do you remember those things? Do you remember you used to get the CDs and you chuck them into your computer and you turn your computer on, boot off the CD, and you'd have an operating system off the CD. They were called live CDs. And a lot of the Linux platforms used to do that. Like you'd get Red Hat.
Well, Apple did that for a long time. Apple's been doing boot off CD for a long time.
Yeah.
That's still a thing, isn't it, for recovery?
Yeah. Well, it is. In those days, you'd need to, put your... Well, Windows did it as well. You'd need to be able to put your CD in to be able to have something detached from the computer so that you could look into it somehow.
Apple is also the first of the whole clean install thing, which is so cool for support. The clean install days were awesome for installing a new OS in situ and basically move the necessary things between the old folder and a new folder, reboot, and you're done in like 20 minutes. It was awesome. It was so good back then.
We used to look after, I used to look after a school locally here. And so they called me up and they said, look, the IT guy that we used to have, he's moved interstate and he's, that's it. And he said, basically, bad luck, find a new one. So they called me and I came in and they said, okay, you're not going to like this. We've got Apple computers everywhere and we've got a Windows server sitting in the admin office, and that serves all the people in the admin office, but the teachers need to access the files on the Windows server from their Apple. Now, this is in the day when they had the, the gel glassy looking iMacs with the, the CRT monitors with the clear plastic.
The colours.
Yeah. So this is kind of that era, right?
Yeah, the G3 and the G4, because I've got a G3.
Yep. So the principal who's in charge of the school obviously comes up to me and he says, we want to get rid of all the Apples, and because everyone in the admin staff, they're all running Windows on their computers, and the teachers are coming in and they're going, oh, you've got Windows. Oh, we don't want these crappy old Apple computers. They had no idea how good they had it, the teachers, because the Apple computers were 10 times better than the crappy Celeron Windows computers that were sitting in the admin office, and all the girls
and easy for self-support too.
Yeah. So I actually had to fight this school from making that change. And basically how I did it kind of underhandedly. I said, look, I tell you what, if I can get this working and humming beautifully, and the big issue was the teachers complained about accessing the files. That was
Yep.
easily the first job I did. Solved it in about 5 minutes. And you just install this thing called Bonjour. And
Oh, yeah.
bang,
Yeah, yeah.
solved,
Yeah.
right? This is early days, right? Then the second issue was printing. And printing is like, every IT man's nemesis, right? So
Web printers, yeah.
all you had to, and Bonjour fixed most of the printing issues, by the way, at the same time. So I was like, well, okay. But so we managed to solve the printing issues. I think we ended up having to buy a couple of printers, which were cheap, and they had the HP Jet Direct network printing protocol on them. And basically, then I'd solved all of the teachers' access problems, and then what ended up happening was incredible. So then all the staff that were working in the admin office started realizing that these Apple computers with the teachers had were far superior. And so guess what the next request was?
Can we have some?
Can we have some
please?
Apple computers in the office?
Yeah. Oh dear. You turn them around. I should pay you for that, man.
Well, I mean, I fixed their problem because the previous IT guy had no idea what he was doing. I think he was just band-aiding everything as, like, if someone had a problem, he would band-aid their specific problem, but not solve it throughout the whole system.
Yeah.
And
Fighting fires.
yeah, putting out little spot fires.
Yeah, fires.
I mean, he did an okay job. He wasn't terrible. I've seen worse, but yeah. The funny thing is, like, after that, the kind of flipped, and the admin people wanted the Apple computers. That was when I think the Intel Apple started coming out. So it was kind of the end of the G4, and I think the OS X operating system was coming out, and there was kind of like this really big thing. And you'd think, right, that at that stage Apple would print, like the OS X operating system, because it's Intel based, it would be really, really close to being able to talk to Windows, Microsoft. It was the opposite. Actually,
OS 10 was on G4 before it went to Intel. They just changed it over time.
Yeah. So the actual the OS 9 stuff that was on the older teachers' computers would talk to Windows, small business server, no problem at all. And it used like a similar thing to what Linux uses, like a Samba share protocol type thing. And it was just really funny. And then, so one of the admin staff said, "Stuff, I'm not waiting for the school to make a decision." They just went out and bought their own Apple computer, a new Intel one, and took it to work and installed it didn't ask anyone, completely against all the, And then I get this phone call. "This is not working. Come out. You got to fix it. We got work to do." And didn't tell me anything about what they've done. Got out there and I'm like, "What's this Apple computer doing at your desk?" "Oh, that's mine." "Yeah, but you're using it for work and you're asking me to support your computer from home at work, and we can't do that. It's against protocol." She got really shitty with me and basically threatened to get me kicked off the job with the principal. And I'm like, go for it. See how long that one goes for. So I literally jumped back in the car, went back to the office, got a phone call about 15 minutes later, and the principal was on the phone saying, no, come back. No, don't listen to that person.
Dear, oh dear.
Yeah. Funny days. All right, well, I think we've not talked about synths for about an hour.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, not since.
I talked about it a little bit with the BOS. That software was really cool. So
it is.
They did have some.
Don't forget, guys, next Saturday, unless I can organise someone to do the show, like I said, I don't really have anyone in mind at the moment. There will be no show next week because I'll be overseas. And on my little eSIM that I've got, I don't think I'm going to be able to manage doing a stream from over there. It's just, I don't think it's going to happen.
Don't try.
I had really good eSIM support in Japan and China last year, but it was still choppy a little bit. So.
Oh, the eSIM itself is going to be fine. It'll be 5G. There'll be no problem with it at all. It's just that it's insanely expensive if, for example, I run out of data, or because you can get unlimited, but unlimited comes with a caveat, right? So usually what happens with eSIMs is they'll go, we'll give you 5 gig a day. And if you run out of 5 gig, we'll drop you right down to 500 meg.
You get throttled. Mine was unlimited, but I think I got throttled.
Yeah. And you don't want to have that happen in the middle of doing a live stream. Anyway, so I don't think I can do one. And plus, I'm overseas. So other than that, I haven't asked Henrik, Babs, so not sure. I actually haven't spoken to Henrik for a while. I hope he's all right. I know he's still doing his streams, right?
Streams, yeah.
I don't know. I kind of feel bad asking him because I haven't spoken to him for ages, and it's kind of like, oh, Henrik, by the way, can you, that sort of stuff doesn't sit me well. So
I think he'd be happy to do it. I mean, he does
would.
A lot of streams.
He would, but I don't want to. I don't want to be that guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah. So if he reaches out to me, that's a different story, But yeah. I was overseas in Tasmania. No, I'm going to Singapore. But I tell you what, I would actually love to go back to Tassie. Tassie's a great place. It's a really cool place to visit. Get Rave Dave to host. There you go, Wags. Daren?
Get into. No, you've got no chance for that. It would be
have
definitely
the parental advisory stamp on the stream, so
yeah, it'll be definitely a beeping. You'd have to have a beeper.
We have some audio problems.
I'll be pressing this a lot.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Get some.
Yeah,
that would be pressed a lot. All right. Well, if not, have a week off, guys. Do some recording.
Absolutely.
Have a good trip.
Yeah, we'll do. All right.
Yeah, have a good time.
Toodles all. We'll see you in a couple of weeks' time.
2 weeks.
Bye all.
Yeah.
Be good.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys and girls.